too much life, and a couple quick goals early here in this game kind of got the Sabres back in a position when they weren't able to fight their way out of.
No, Montreal had the step right from the start, and as Rob mentioned, Sabres kind of taken out of their game early, and they never did get to it. Brian Koziel joins us up in the booth. He's going to take you through the post-game. We'll stick around, too, with Brian and company until they tell us to get lost here, but just not the Sabres' night tonight, the way this thing played out really from the start.
Yes, in some sense similar to the game, too, that the Sabres played against Boston, where they got behind and just really couldn't get to their game. And Rob, what do you think in terms of maybe them taking the crowd out of it early, too? That probably...
So, both those guys, huge additions to this roster, and I just can't wait to see the uptick in play.
Playoff appearance, and for Harkins, one less. That was his 5th career Stanley Cup playoff appearance. So home ice advantage, I want to go back to that, Emerson, because Joel Quenneville, who's pushed all the right buttons through the first 8 games of the postseason for this hockey club, made some lineup changes. He's going to get last change here tonight. We've talked about what John Tortorella has done with his lineup and the movements he's made with his line combinations. You get last change. We're going to get a look at what Joel Quenneville wants to do and where he wants to put, for instance, Jackson Lacombe and Jacob Trouba, his top D pair. Does he want them against the Eichel line, or does he want them against Carlson and Marner?
To be quite frank, Johnny, I mean, how well has a guy like Tyson Hines sealed off, closed out, gapped up, and played so solid defensively? And that is my point. I think Coach Q and company, I think he's got trust in every single defenseman there on the back end to go at any which forward for the Vegas Golden Knights. I truly believe that. I feel like everyone's been gapping up. This is probably the best I've seen Jacob Trouba in his stick and his overall ability to gap up. Of course, he's always playing that in-your-face style of hockey, but he's just ramped it up. Everyone's ramped it up. That's why they're playing so consistent right now. I think of the term, John, I think of the term swarm. They've been swarming the Vegas Golden Knights. They've been staying above. F3 presence has been phenomenal, but initially, go back to your first point, the defense gapping up, playing in-your-face style of hockey, and it has been spectacular.
On the bottom line, watching Joel Quenneville coach this team for me has been very reminiscent of his Chicago Blackhawk team in 2015, in which basically he rolled 4 defensemen and spotted the third pair. Hines and Hellison have been good, but they haven't played more than 10, 12 minutes in any game so far in this series, nor in the opening round series against the Edmonton Oilers. So a heavy reliance on the top 4D. But the Ducks come in here tonight with another golden opportunity. They stole home ice advantage in Vegas in games 1 and 2, and now a weekend of opportunity stares them in the face. If they can hold serve here as they did against the Edmonton Oilers, once again they could put themselves in a great position, but it's one game at a time this time of year. This is a Vegas team that got down 2-1 in the opening round against the Utah Mammoth and came back to storm the castle, if you will, and win 3 consecutive games and take that series in 6 games. Ducks have made their way out onto the ice in their home orange with their white numbers and orange helmets, and the Golden Knights in their white road jerseys with the gray numbers and gray pants, both situated on their respective blue lines as the color guard comes out onto the ice and everyone comes to their feet, 16,000 strong tonight here at Honda Center as we get set for the singing of tonight's national anthem, just moments ahead of Game 3 of this Western Conference second round matchup.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang loud, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our
Tim Kepler with the singing of our national anthem in front of Game 3 of the Western Conference second-round matchup between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Anaheim Ducks. On the road this postseason, Vegas is 2-1. They were the 13th best road team in the National Hockey League during the regular season. For Anaheim, an all-time record of 16-14 in Game 3s, and surprisingly, 5-6 at home. But that's history. That's not this year's team. The Ducks took Game 3 against the Edmonton Oilers in the first round in a 7-4 goal fest. While the Golden Knights lost their only Game 3 appearance in this postseason. That was at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City. 16,000 towel-waving Ducks fans with the first Let's Go Ducks chant of the hockey game. And we are set to go. Chris Rooney stands at center ice, set to drop the puck between Leo Carlsson and William Karlsson. And it's the Vegas Karlsson who wins the draw. We're underway. Noah Hannafin back to get it in the Golden Knights zone. Goes up the left boards. Howden got it ahead to William Karlsson. A little bump pass by Marner to the trailing Rasmus Andersson. He gets it in. Ducks quick from behind the net to move it up right wing, and Terry with a touch and a burst of speed for Leo Carlsson. Little drop pass, and trying to feed it on right wing for Terry was Lacombe, who came in late, but that was tipped away and cleared back by the Golden Knights. The length of the ice, icing at the first whistle of the hockey game, just 30 seconds in.
You want to talk about setting the standard when it comes to great execution for defensive zone breakouts. There it was right there, and it all had to do with speed behind the puck in a low center support, a great exit pass from Trouba to Leo Carlsson. Really, job well done.
Golden Knights unable to change personnel on the icing call. Joel Quenneville gets his second line out. Granlund with Gauthier and Killorn face off to the right of Carter Hart. He has a goals against of 1-5-1 in the first two games of this series, but a 1-1 record, as each team has scored only 4 goals in this series so far. Golden Knights get changes as they win the face-off and clear the zone. Anaheim had big problems in the face-off circle in Game 2, winning only 37% of the draws in that game. Now it's Eichel for Vegas, trying to dump it in up the near side boards, but Killorn knocks it down and lifts it back through center. A quick little regroup for the Knights, and McNabb feeds it ahead. Mark Stone pulls up and feeds Eichel in the corner. Back to the cutting Theodore on the back door, and he scores. Came in off the weak side point, and just a minute 6 in, the Golden Knights have a 1-0 lead.
Well, we were waiting to see when Shea Theodore was going to start popping off, and early on in this game, he gets the job done. How about him? Waiting there in that second wave. He was just to the inside of the far side dot lane, and he rounds his hips. He catches that puck and rips it home.
3 goals and 6 points for Theodore in his last 6 games. And he's given the Golden Knights a lead just over a minute into the hockey game on the first and only shot on goal of the hockey game. And that takes a lot of the air out of this building as the Ducks win the ensuing draw and dump it in. Hard out to play it, and around the boards, Colton Sissons jams it to center ice. Stone and Eichel are going to draw the assists on the goal by Theodore. Now dump back in, and Sennecke cuts it off on the right boards. His Hart just swept it up the wall, barely got back to his goal crease in time. Ducks try to work a cycle out of the right corner. VL and Sennecke move it behind the net. Palin gets it back to Sennecke, who brings it now up the far side boards. Another cycle for VL, who collides there with Nick Dowd. Puck worked loose. Ducks can't come up with it, and now McNabb will feed it up the left side, and off the glass and out go the Golden Knights.
And that's going to be huge. Is, yes, sustaining offensive zone pressure time, as that line led by Beckett Sennecke just did, but they need to get a shot somewhere within those puck battle wins. They need to toss it on net.
Tim Washy tips it into the Vegas zone, follows up but can't seal the wall, and Kolasar chases to center as Trouba plays it away. Ducks get onside, and Washy angles it back in. Carter Hart sets it up for Dylan Coughlin, who gets trucked by Ross Johnston behind the net.
Ross Johnston with a bone-crushing hit. That was one of the harder hits I've seen in some time.
Ducks clear it back out of their own zone. Coughlin back up, able to paddle it through the neutral zone, but the Ducks quickly turn up ice. Trouba motors in on right wing, takes a shot, and Hart got a piece of the blocker on it. Terry, fresh off the bench, takes a hard hit there from Kolasar, keeps the puck alive. Leo Carlson back for Terry, and it was in his feet, and that'll trickle back out center ice.
And that's the quick playmaking you want to see from Leo Carlson. How about him drop the shoulder and charge out of that far side corner?
Terry takes the lead pass back in, got it into the middle. Krider with a little help from Leo Carlson recovers around the boards in behind the net. Noah Hannafin stops it there, and he gets run over by Krider. The Ducks physical early. Carlson pinches up the right side, keeps it in, and again, it's the blocker of Hart that keeps it out. Puck all the way around to center. Marner has a wide open William Karlsson. Can't connect with him as he enters the Anaheim zone. Back behind the net, Marner ricochets it to the slot. Karlsson keeps it alive momentarily. And then Leo Carlson for the Ducks the other way, 2-on-2 with Terry. Drop pass to Troy Terry. Quick shot. Gobbled up and absorbed by Carter Hart, and a penalty coming up, I believe, to the Golden Knights for a cross-check behind the play.
Oh, no. Troy Terry goes down. He slides along the ice. Here's the call coming up here momentarily. Just waiting for the official call. Here it is.
Vegas 21, 2 minutes cross-checking.
Yeah, that was dirty, John. I mean,
Howden came in late.
Yeah, no, you just, even if you're a hockey fan, you just, when it comes to respecting the game, it's, whether it's after the whistle, it's right there where the play's over, and you just got to let it go, and hopefully the Anaheim Ducks can make the opposition pay.
Ducks 0 for 9 in the series on the power play. They get their first crack at 3:33 of the opening period. Terry to the bench, and Poehling wins the draw. Ducks work the left side of the Vegas zone. Sennecke trying to get it into that bumper position, and it's tipped away from Poehling and cleared away by Braden McNabb. Lacombe turns it over in the neutral zone, and here's Dowd, short-handed cross-crease pass that Kolasar cannot convert. Keep in mind, the Golden Knights have more short-handed goals than power play goals they've allowed in these playoffs. Vegas has killed 19 straight opponents' power play opportunities. Sennecke brings it back up the right side, rims it around the boards in behind the net. Poehling with it there. To the corner. Sennecke tries to dig it loose, and Killorn joins the play. It's cleared through the middle, and Lacombe able to keep it in. Cutter Gauthier pulls the trigger and missed on the short side. Poehling recovers in the left corner. Drops stick down there is giving him some trouble. He has to try to play through it. Gauthier unable to win the puck in the corner initially, but to the point, coverage comes from Lacombe. Walks it across the top. Works it down low. Sennecke gives it back and trying to set up Gauthier for the one-timer in the left circle. It went through him. That enables McNabb to clear. 45 seconds left in the Anaheim Ducks JMG power play opportunity. Just under 5 minutes gone here in the opening period of Game 3.
And this opportunity here on the power play started a little sour with the quick exit. They started to move the puck around. Let's see if Leo Carlson can make something happen on the far side.
He enters the zone, but his back pass intended for John Carlson is intercepted. Here's Marner the other way. Give and go, shorthanded, backhander. Out comes Dostal to shut it down.
It's a big-time stop by the Dose wall, and John, we're already starting to see the Vegas Golden Knights make more plays here in this game, right? They're just a tad sharper. They're dictating the pace of play more, and even on their penalty kill, they're making things happen.
Well, I know John Tortorella didn't feel his team started on time in either of the two games at T-Mobile Arena. He's got to feel better about the start here tonight. 14:46 to go, first period, 1-0 Vegas. Anaheim still on the power play for another 19 seconds. William Karlsson was to oppose Mikael Granlund in the ring to the right of Dostal, but Granlund is sent packing, and Leo Carlson steps in. He frees it up for Granlund, who goes forward. Good to see Troy Terry back out there as he leaves it for Leo, who enters the Vegas zone. Granlund from the near circle. Great pass across, and Terry had it poked off his stick by Rasmus Andersson. Good play there by the veteran defenseman. He'll go straight to the Vegas bench for a change. Out of the box comes Howden, and the Golden Knights are full strength. 10 straight penalty kills now for Vegas in this series, 20 in a row in these playoffs. And Leo Carlson coughs the puck up at the blue line. Tim Washy comes back to get it as Anaheim's able to recover. And now pressure from Howden on the forecheck. He got a good bump and up the boards. It's taken back by Marner. His back pass for Hutton intercepted by Harkins, who leads it ahead, and Coughlin will win the foot race against Ross Johnston back in the Vegas zone. Hutton angles it off the wall, and the Ducks will just control at center ice and regroup. Trouba and Lacombe, the defense pair, out as the fourth line up front for Joel Quenneville. Little redirect by Harkins, gets it deep, waiting for it in the trapezoid is Carter Hart, who reverses it from where it came. Up on the glass, Trouba able to knock it down and keep it in. But Ben Hutton, the former Duck who played his college hockey at Maine, moves it ahead at center. Mark Stone, who had the only goal in Game 2 for Vegas, dumps it in behind the Anaheim goal. Dostal made a soft play to the corner, and the Golden Knights get it back. Long blast from the blue line from Theodore goes wide, and it comes back to Eichel covering the near side point, trying to get a redirect from McNabb that goes in behind the net. Ryan Poehling pounces on it there, and he'll skate it ahead. Nice pass ahead. Caught at center ice by Viel, and he takes a little cross check as he dumps it in from Stone. Knights turn it over. Mitnyakov can't get his shot through from the blue line, but he keeps it in as it comes back to him at the stripe. So the Golden Knights with a good start, and obviously have decided, Emerson, to be a little more physical in this hockey game.
Oh, they're better in every category, and they're definitely more quicker, that's for sure. They are playing at incredible rates so far. And Shea Theodore is the lone goal scorer in this game, assisted by Jack Eichel and Mark Stone.
Krider brings it into the Vegas zone, set up John Carlson in the high slot. His shot was blocked. Ducks can't get it back, though, and Hannafin taps it through the middle of the ice, just out of the reach of Cole Smith. Ducks trying to regroup as they come back. Nice job by Troy Terry to fight through a check and keep possession. And now they'll get a forward line change as Carlson and Mitnyakov play catch back in their own zone. Cole Smith watches John Carlson, now turns and changes. Both teams change. Ducks don't want to give the puck up, so Mitnyakov will go up the left boards and Granlund across the line ahead of the play. It's offside. 11:57 to go in the first period of play. Vegas leads Game 3 over the Ducks 1-0. You're listening to Duck Stream, powered by TuneIn.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off duration, woodscapes, and super deck products May 1st through the 11th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
This December, we'll bring something amazing. A place where 1.2 million square feet of game-changing medicine meet 300 acres of tranquility. It's a place built for everyone in Orange County and designed just for you. Prepare to meet the new UCI Health Irvine Hospital. World-class academic healthcare right here at home. Discover more at ucihealth.org/Irvine Hospital. Powered by UC Irvine.
Rips a slap shot your way. The right defense makes all the difference. That's where Mercury Insurance comes in. Outsmart coverage, great service, and affordable rates keep you covered where it counts. Get a quote at mercuryinsurance.com today.
Just over 8 minutes gone in the first period of Game 3 between the Golden Knights and Ducks. 1-0 Vegas. A Shea Theodore goal, the difference in this one, just over 60 seconds in. Anaheim Ducks hockey on the Ducks Radio Network is brought to you by Western National Property Management, DucksLiving.com, your new platform to secure your dream apartment. Play into the Vegas zone off a neutral zone faceoff, and it's lobbed back out. John Carlson will chase into the Anaheim zone and catch up with it before it goes far enough for icing. Stretch pass through the middle of the ice off the stick of Tim Washy into the left of Carter Hart. The Vegas netminder paddles it to the near corner. Up the wall, Washy can't seal it off, and again, it's lifted to center ice. Dorofiev settles it there, gets it into the Anaheim zone, and moves it to the left corner. Mitnikov battling with his man there. That's Tomas Hertl who gets it around the boards, and it's just feathered back down low by Theodore, the defenseman. Now McNabb from the left point has his shot blocked. Good job by Jansen Harkins, who then pokes it to center.
Yeah, great job for the wingers getting in the shooting lanes. Here comes Krider.
He'll lift it into the Vegas zone and chase it down behind the net. He gets pinned to the boards by Braden McNabb. Loose puck to the corner, and now it's Granlund who gets cross-checked down. As he falls, he swings it around the boards. First man on it at the near hash is Kolasar, who lifts it away. Ducks regroup at center. Lacombe turns on the Jets, goes rink wide, and Gauthier's return pass down the center lane just out of the reach of Granlund. He gets it back off the end boards, feeds the point, and a rocket from Trouba sails over top of the net. Killorn rescues the puck on the far boards. It bounces out, and again, a high shot from Gauthier does not get through. So Vegas blocking shots again as they clear the zone.
Yeah, they certainly are, but the Anaheim Ducks have one thing in mind, and that is to throw everything onto Carter Hart. The one thing they need to do a little bit better job of is keeping the puck away from Hart when it comes to entries and rims. That could potentially start the other team's breakaway, so they got to watch out.
Puck back in behind Hart. Dylan Coughlin steps around and spins back up the right boards and does move the puck ahead far enough for the Golden Knights to get it out. Shots early on, unofficially 10 minutes in, 4-2 in favor of the Ducks, who trail 1-0. John Ollers and Emerson Edom, Game 3 of the Western Conference second-round matchup between Vegas and Anaheim from Honda Center. Glad to have you with us. Coughlin paddles it out of his own zone, and Mark Stone lobs it in wide of Lucas Dostal. Eichel goes racing in after it, battles in the corner with John Carlson. Carlson comes away with it, his pass off the stick of Ryan Poehling and back into Vegas ice. Rasmus Andersson just clears it across the blue line before Poehling brings it back in offside. 1-0 Vegas in Game 3. We're midway through the opening period. You're listening to Duckstream, powered by TuneIn.
The best new cars. Honda. Make the best pre-owned cars. Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Get the best value with Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Honda backed with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty at your helpful Honda dealers. Plus, every certified pre-owned Honda goes through a 182-point inspection and is reconditioned like new by factory-trained technicians with genuine parts. To save on certified pre-owned Hondas, search your local Honda dealer today.
Enhance your game day experience with the Honda Center and Ducks mobile app. Make your visits to Honda Center seamless with ticket management, mobile food and drink ordering, interactive arena maps, and exclusive fan loyalty rewards. Stay connected to the Ducks with real-time game updates, video highlights, breaking news, stats, and more. Download the Honda Center Ducks app free in your app store now.
You did it again. You made us #1 in USA Today's 10 Best for the third year in a row. You voted Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel the best casino outside of Las Vegas for the third time. And Yamava Resort grabbed a first-time win as the best casino hotel. Enjoy the winning atmosphere at one of more than 150 gaming tables, more than 7,400 slot machines, and 5 high-limit rooms. That's not all. Grab a bite at the Pines Modern Steakhouse, voted the best casino restaurant for the third year in a row. You in? Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Hey, Ducks fans, plan your visit to Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel, the only casino resort to be awarded the coveted AAA 5-Diamond Award for both 2024 and 2025. You in?
Vegas on top 1-0. We're halfway through the opening period here of Game 3. Face-off just outside the Vegas blue line. Tim Washy, who's top 10 in these playoffs in the face-off circle, wins the draw from Jack Eichel. Eichel had a good night in the face-off circle in Game 2. Washy storms in, gets hooked down. Loose puck at the side of the net, and Ross Johnston can't convert. But another penalty coming up to the Golden Knights. Eichel's going to go for hooking Washy.
Well, even though nothing coming to fruition here on the near side doorstep, you just gotta love the intensity by Ross Johnson trying to pick up the rebound. I mean, he was stationed there, and he had several hacks at it.
Vegas #9, 2 minutes hooking.
It was the speed of Tim Washy that forced the penalty.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And you get rewarded when you move your feet, plain and simple. And that's playoff hockey right there. Just the sheer body language, right? Yes, it's wide speed here on the near side, but it's dropping the shoulder, keeping the puck to the outside. And the Golden Knights, that's the only thing they had was to haul them down.
Second power play opportunity of the game for the Ducks. Their 11th of the series, still looking for their first power play marker. Granlund to take the draw in the circle to the right of Carter Hart against Nick Dowd. Vegas now 25 of 26 on the penalty kill in this postseason. Ducks begin the JMG power play with a face-off win. And working the left wing half wall, it's Troy Terry. He'll feed it to the line. John Carlson over to Leo Carlson. The firm of Carlson and Carlson play catch on the right side of the zone. Leo spins it down low, and trouble for Granlund as it went through him. Good support from Leo, but he can't get it back to the point. And Shea Theodore does the honors, steering it 200 feet.
And what you want to see is, once again, just a tad quicker puck movement. And if it's not quicker puck movement, you want to see more switches, high rolls, something to throw the PK off.
Leo Carlson gallops in on the right side, double teamed along the boards. Marner comes up with it. The referee blew a wheel down low. Play goes on as Terry feeds John Carlson out high. He'll take the shot, and that just missed. I don't know if Hart ever saw it. Good screen in front from Granlund. He recovers the puck down low. They work it again to the line. John Carlson near circle, gets it right back from Leo. Now they slow it down. Leo's one-timer kicked out by Hart, who was waiting at the near post for it. Good puck recovery by the Ducks again to John Carlson. Got a redirect from Granlund, and Hart was true to that. Kept at the line again by John Carlson to the corner. Krider hustles to keep it alive. Bouncing puck, Terry again just gets rocked along the boards. Granlund cannot get it back to the point, and Marner will head the other way shorthanded. He's at the end of his shift, trying to buy time. Little drop pass, open ice for Braden McNabb, who scores. A shorthanded goal for Braden McNabb. It's 2-0 Vegas.
Tough break for the good guys, and one of the main reasons why that last play for the Golden Knights was a success was after Marner dropped the puck, he set a split-second pick that really voided any extra pressure on the back check in McNabb. How about him penciling in that far side right over the left pad, corner of Lukas Dostal. What a shot.
McNabb had 5 goals in the regular season, a shorthanded goal. That's Vegas' third shorthanded goal of the postseason. They have surrendered only one power play goal, and the Ducks are down to 20 seconds remaining in this man advantage. Lacombe will carry through center and feed it over on the left side. Nice entry. As they drop it off, Gauthier leaves it at the line for Killorn. He wants to hand it back to Lacombe. Gauthier now makes his way to the right wing boards, gives it back to Lacombe. He'll wind and fire. That went wide. Killorn was the screen in front that time. Penalty's over as Sennecke feeds it back to the left point for Lacombe. Goes between the legs and can't connect as Paling's stick was taken away, and it's cleared back to Dostal, who's going to come 20 feet out of his net to paddle it all the way to the Vegas blue line. Killorn gets it there, waiting for a trailer to come in as Anaheim changes behind the play to the corner, double team there. Up comes Sennecke to knock it loose. A poke by Washy keeps it alive, and Sennecke gloves it down on the goal line. Circles the net, feeds it all the way to Lacombe. Over to Trouba. He'll wind and fire. Rebound off of Carter Hart. He can't find it. It goes to the far corner. Barbashev fails to clear as Washy fires it wide. Good pressure and a good answer to the goal from the Ducks, and a big hit on Barbashev at the line by Harkins. Puck comes to center. Trouba will feed it right back in as it's breakneck speed right now going on both ways. And 6:15 to go in the opening period as the puck is lobbed on net, and Carter Hart is going to grab it off and settle everything down. The Vegas penalty kill strikes again. A shorthanded goal from Braden McNabb, and it's now a 2-0 lead for Vegas here in the first period at Honda Center.
Well, at least the Anaheim Ducks, prior to that shorthanded goal by the Vegas Golden Knights there. And even after, they had one thing in mind, and that was to rip everything on net. Quite a bit of them, high and wide, but the mentality's been consistent over the last few shifts here, and that's just shoot everything.
Well, it's been a tough opening period for Lucas Dostal. Shots are 10-3 Ducks. It's 2-0 Vegas. Off the face-off, the puck rolls just wide of Carter Hart to the near corner. Krider comes in along with Troy Terry to try to loosen it up, but it's the Golden Knights who come away with it. A very efficient opening period for Vegas as they'll lob this one deep into the Anaheim zone. No icing here as Howden gets to it. Peels back to it right through the crease looking for the stick of Mitch Marner. Didn't miss by much. Kept at the right point by Rasmus Andersson. Howden tries to feed it to the point, broken up by Krider. Tried to just leave it for a teammate, turned it over, and William Karlsson right on the doorstep, turned away by Dostal. Kreider's got to make a different play there. He just tips the puck, but he didn't give it to anyone in particular, and as a result, Anaheim's still trapped in their zone. Hanifin comes up the left boards, keeps it alive for William Karlsson, who put it in behind the net. Marner tried to center. That's deflected away, and Anaheim inadvertently on the outlet will miss. This will go all the way down for an icing call.
Yeah, I agree with you, Johnny, and I think the term that really describes Chris Krider and those types of plays maybe a little too casual.
That's the first thing that comes to mind for me.
And
indeed.
it's consistent, and he's got to just be hungrier within those confines.
Face off to the right of Dostal. And Hurdle beaten on the draw. Nice job there by Leo Karlsson away to center. Now Anaheim will get a change as Tyson Hines gets the red line and backhands it in.
And how about the follow-up off that Krider error? William Karlsson dropping the shoulder and taking it towards the net. He continues to feel it here in Game 3.
Mitch Marner with the lone assist on the shorthanded goal. He has figured in all 3 Vegas shorthanded goals in this postseason. Both Golden Knights goals coming from defensemen. Shea Theodore at even strength and Braden McNabb shorthanded as Ryan Poehling rushes into the Vegas zone only to be turned away by Shea Theodore. Former first-round pick of the Ducks back in 2013. Theodore has found a home in Vegas. Hurdle paddles it into the Anaheim zone, tries to track it down himself, but it's lifted back, and Beckett Sennecke battles it into the Vegas zone. Hit by Ben Hutton. He still keeps the puck alive in his feet and just missed connecting with Granlund. 4:25 to go in the opening period. 2-0 Vegas. Hutton finds an opening and gets it into the Anaheim zone. Drew Hellison tries to make a direct pass. That's deflected into the crowd. A souvenir off the stick of Colton Sissons, and we'll step aside. 4:16 to go in the opening period at Honda Center. 2-0 Vegas in Game 3. You're listening to Duckstream, powered by TuneIn.
The best way to follow the Stanley Cup playoffs is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind-the-scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else. The most NHL Edge advanced stats, keeping you up to date from round 1 through the Stanley Cup final. When it comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup playoffs are better on the NHL app.
Anaheim, listen up. Grove of Anaheim has big concerts and comedy coming. We've got the heavy-hitting anthems of Slaughter and iconic riffs of Blue Oyster Cult. Looking for some laughs? Don't miss comedy from legends Fred Armisen and Adam Ray. And high-energy pop with Ali and AJ, playing songs from their new album and the hits that everyone knows and loves. Tickets are available right now at groveofanaheim.com.
4:16 to go in the first period. Vegas already up 2 goals on the Ducks, despite the Ducks out shooting them right now 10-5. Yesterday, Troy Terry spoke with the media, and he talked a bit about the inside look of what this locker room has been like through the postseason, and he shared that no one wants to be the guy not doing those little details right now. The way everyone has bought into those little details, it's been infectious, and we've seen that attitude through this Ducks team throughout the playoffs, and now is a good time, guys, for that to kind of trickle down through the lineup.
Well, we've seen the resiliency all season long, Alexis. As I like to tell people, no deficit has been insurmountable for the Anaheim Ducks this season. And don't think for a second they haven't been here before. They've only scored first twice in this postseason, so not uncharted territory down here in the opening period. Anaheim Ducks hockey on the Ducks Radio Network is brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Ducks versus Golden Knights brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Smart insurance for smart people. Face off to the left of Lucas Dostal. Fourth line out for Vegas, and Colton Sissons will oppose Tim Washy on the face-off. Ducks fans may remember Colton Sissons for his hat trick in Game 6 of the Western Final in 2017 as a member of the Nashville Predators. Ducks win the face-off, get it through center, and Ross Johnston able to get it in. Washy tries to center, loose in front, and Johnston got a stick on it. He able to get it back to the point where Hellison keeps it in. Harkins cycles it along in the right corner. Puck comes back to him as he's hit by Dowd, and the Golden Knights able to clear the zone.
And Braden McNabb gets the 2-0 lead for his club. That was assisted by Mitch Marner. And how about this? Block shots, Johnny. Anaheim 1, Vegas 7.
Anaheim again tonight has had the puck, the majority, as Killorn gets it to the side of the Vegas net, and it'll be covered by Carter Hart. Meantime, behind the play, Hellison is still entangled back in the Anaheim zone with Nick Dowd, and it's going to take one of the linesmen and Graham Skilleter, one of our referees, to untangle them.
Well, Johnny and even Alexis mentioned it earlier. They got to stay out of the shenanigans post-whistle, and even more so right now that they currently are down by 2. So let's see if they can remain disciplined as they did there in that last sequence.
Anaheim Ducks hockey on the Ducks Radio Network is brought to you by Yamava Resort and Casino. Play at Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. You in? Ducks would do themselves a huge favor if they could at least get one between now and the 3:31 that remains on the clock in the opening period, as Cutter Gauthier wins a face-off to the right of Carter Hart. Shot off the boards, ricochets off a stick, and taken out of the slot by Ivan Barbashev. Barbashev had 5 shots on goal and 8 hits in Game 2 at T-Mobile Arena. Ducks going to be whistled for icing here on an errant outlet pass. It was the first game of the postseason that Barbashev did not appear on the score sheet. He leads the Stanley Cup playoffs in hits. This is a guy who knows what it takes to win a championship, as he did so as a member of the St. Louis Blues in 2019 and then was on the 23 Cup-winning team here in Vegas. 3:14 to go in the opening period, and now the face-off to the right of Lucas Dostal. Eichel beaten on the draw by Granlund. Lacombe circles the net and goes indirect up the left boards, but it's broken up by Barbashev and swept back in by Eichel. Dostal, nice job to knock it off the glass, plays it back up the boards, but again, Barbashev is in the way. Mark Stone had it for a moment as Lacombe contested him, and now it's rimmed around to the near corner, and Eichel has it there. Feeds the point for McNabb. No shooting lane for him, so he'll throw it across to the right corner boards. Recovered by the Golden Knights, and Stone is all tied up by Leo Carlson, allowing Lacombe to come up with the puck.
Well, the one really solid thing that the Vegas Golden Knights are doing right now that the Anaheim Ducks aren't offensively is supporting each other. Early on in the game, Alex Killorn was on the island on one of his offensive zone entries. Then on the far side, Beckett Sennecke was all alone. But if you see the Vegas Golden Knights, they are having close support everywhere.
Leo Carlson knocked down by a short cross check, gets back up and battles the puck to the corner of the Vegas zone, where Krider comes up with it. His cross ice pass intended for Mintyukov, tipped away by Marner. Marner's been in the middle of it all tonight. Loose puck trailing the play, picked up by William Carlson. A little give and go between he and Marner. Tipped away by Mintyukov, but recovered, and Rasmus Andersson with a drive looking for a tip from Howden, and that was blocked in front. Well, it was set up.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the twig of John Carlson there cutting off that lane, that might have been in on the near side from Howden.
Golden Knights break out of their own zone. Kolasar brushes it up the right boards deep into the Anaheim zone, and Tomas Hertl gets to it first. Pinned to the wall there by Lacombe as we're down to 1:35 to go. Coghlan with a shot. That was tipped on the way, and a penalty coming up to the Ducks.
Yeah,
that was a good save by Dostal.
It really was, and that late tip coming from Dorofeev, who is penciled in the middle.
Anaheim number 2, 2 minutes elbowing.
Chris Rooney giving the Golden Knights their first power play chance of this game. already with a 2-0 lead as Lacombe goes to the box.
Well, Johnny, not too long ago you mentioned Barbashev and the impact he's made, getting 2 cups under his belt. And in this game, he was very close to a tip. Shea Theodore had a bomb of a shot, and he was just penciled to the far side of the net. So he definitely has the nose for the net here so far in this game, but somewhat quiet as far as his stat line is concerned. No hits, 1 giveaway, 1 missed shot. So he has all the potential to really start to cook.
Fans don't like the call as they get a second look at it on the big board above center ice. Lacombe in the regular season only had 19 penalty minutes. That's his second minor penalty of the postseason. Vegas 1 for 6 on the power play in this series. And as Anaheim clears off the faceoff, Eichel brings it back in. A little drop pass to Marner, who throws it down low to Eichel, who takes it off the kick plate. Behind the net, it comes loose, and Trouba has time to settle it. His clear knocked down by the stick of Hurdle. Oh, he had all day. Now Dorofeev with it, and that just missed. That might have gone off the post and gone out of play.
What patience from Jack Eichel there to dish it right behind him here on the near side en route to that shot that hits the top of the dasher board and then up into the upper netting. But such quick plays in such tight spaces here for the Golden Knights. I mean, they are really feeling it, and a lot has to do with communication and overall close support.
Well, Mark Stone has gone to the Vegas locker room. He was limping. Meantime, Golden Knights still on the power play, and this time Mikhail Granlund gets his stick in a shooting lane, deflecting the bid from Theodore out of play. 52.7 seconds left in the period. If Anaheim can escape the period still shorthanded, they're going to face another 29 seconds of power play time to begin the second period. But first things first, face off to the left of Lucas Dostal. Washy to oppose William Karlsson. William Karlsson was 8 of 9 in the face-off circle in Game 2, and he wins this one. Rasmus Andersson to the left corner. Gives it back to Karlsson. Had to take it out of his skate, so he'll feed the blue line for Theodore. Little touchdown low, and pinned to the boards there. Barbashev, Ducks get to the loose puck. John Karlsson sweeps at the length of the ice.
But it was a great job by Tyson Hines, who sealed Barbashev here near side defensive zone quarter. Here comes the Golden Knights here on the near side.
Karlsson on the rush. Little drop pass intended for Barbashev. Broken up, and Paling shorthanded, trying to send Killorn the other way, but it's offside as Mintyukov follows up. Just 17.3 seconds remaining in the first period, and the paying linesmen at Honda Center do not agree with the paid linesmen.
Well, if you were to ask me what you'd like to see improved on here coming out and into the second frame, I just think better close support, better entries, and just leave it at that, because offensively, you want to see more delays, but you want to see the second wave a little bit closer to on those entries.
Final 10 seconds of the period as Vegas enters the zone on the power play. Loose puck in front, and Marner got a stick on it. Dorofeev scores. 4.6 seconds left, and the Ducks do not escape the period on the penalty kill. This might be Marner's goal. The puck was bouncing around, and he's going to lead the handshake line, so I think this is going to be Mitch Marner's goal.
It goes from bad to worse here at Honda Center, and you hate to see pretty good coverage just looking at the replay on the Jumbotron. I mean, you have 4 skaters there in tight, collapsed, and maybe just not quite enough.
What a play by Marner. He knocks the puck loose in a goal mouth scramble. He was below the goal line as the puck came loose on the near side post and reached out and batted it in. And the boos rained down at Honda Center. I think some of these are reserved for the referee. They didn't like the call on Jackson Lacombe, but this was a thorough opening period by the Golden Knights. If you want to talk about an opportunistic opening 20 minutes of play, they scored on 2 of their first 3 shots on goal, Emerson. They have a power play goal, a shorthanded goal, and an even strength goal.
They're just a much better club here tonight. And you could just see it by eye test here. And it goes back for me, to the close support. I've said it several times now, but they're just on it. They're close to one another. When the puck carrier has it, you got maybe one guy veering away, but one guy is within 10 feet ready to be that support pass, and that's exactly what the Ducks need to do here coming into the second period.
Anaheim has struggled in opening periods in the postseason. They came into the game a -4 goal differential in their first 8 Stanley Cup playoff games. They're a -3 goal differential in the opening period here of Game 3. Series tied at a game apiece, and the Golden Knights have come on the road and taken command of this one through the first period of play. Our score, the Vegas Golden Knights 3, the Anaheim Ducks nothing. You're listening to Duckstream, powered by TuneIn.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
She was the sister who went unnoticed.
A daffodil might look plain next to a lily, but on its own there is much to be admired.
Now, her greatest chapter is yet to come.
The most important thing is to be yourself.
From the world of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice comes a new BritBox original drama.
Mary, you will flourish.
Based on the best-selling novel, The Other Bennett Sister, now streaming only on BritBox. Watch with a free trial at BritBox.com.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Helping people of SoCal isn't just what we do, it's who we are at your SoCal Honda dealers. Look for our team of helpful guys and gals in blue all year long, helping by providing free gas, bringing meals to seniors, supporting teachers and veterans, handing out ice cream, and so much more. And that's not all. Every Honda dealership has sales teams ready to help you find your perfect Honda with a great deal. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Visit EastonLawFirm.com and score big. Orange County's premier injury firm and official personal injury attorneys of the Anaheim Ducks. At Easton & Easton, our family of litigators has more than 100 years combined experience fighting the insurance companies in all types of injury accidents. With our family, every case is personal and handled by an actual attorney. Call to speak with an attorney today at 1-833-EASTONS. That's 1-833-EASTONS. Let our family help yours at EastonLawFirm.com.
Visit EastonLawFirm.com to score big. Official personal injury attorneys of the Anaheim Ducks.
This is the first intermission report on Duckstream, the official 24/7 audio home of Anaheim Ducks hockey.
After 20 minutes of play, it is a 3-0 game here at Honda Center in Game 3 of the Western Conference second round between the Anaheim Ducks and Vegas Golden Knights. It is the Golden Knights with those 3 goals. Welcome into the first intermission report brought to you by UCI Health. The new UCI Health Irvine will bring coastal and South Orange County unparalleled expertise, leading-edge treatments, and the finest evidence-based care that only an academic health system can offer. Discover more at ucihealth.org/Irvine Hospital. Alexis Downey and Emerson Needham here. Emmer, it was not the Anaheim Ducks period. This was a period for the Vegas Golden Knights. They scored in 3 different ways: an even strength goal, a shorthanded goal, and a power play goal to close out that period. What were they doing differently?
They were playing consistent hockey. I think it was a shift in and shift out mentality for them. I also thought the camaraderie, the on-ice chemistry for them, I mean, they're back as far as that concerned. I was wondering what happened to that chemistry in the first 2 games of this series. there in Vegas. They just weren't clicking like they normally historically are. And there were some bright spots. Yeah, William Karlsson, second half of the game, started to make plays and take over there in game 2. I thought Mitch Marner has probably been one of the more consistent playmakers throughout the early portions of this series. And, of course, he tucked that third goal there. So I'm going to come out and say it. Mitch Marner with the third tally, making it 3-0 here for the Vegas Golden Knights, and the lone assist going to Pavel Dorofeev. So Mitch Marner continues to skate well. He's skating with such patience, right? He gets it at the defensive zone blue line for him, and he just gets his head up. Some skaters go there first 3 strides, and he's just kind of casual in that sense, but he gets his head up, right? He's more worried about the second wave, who's coming in behind him, but I thought he was pretty spectacular, and, well, they just wanted him more. Alexis, I mean, they were quicker, but, yeah, just the pick set by Marner after the drop pass for McNabb's goal. And that was such high IQ defensive playmaking, offensive playmaking, just heads-up playmaking overall. And, wow, it's just a world-class plays through and through.
When you take a look at the Golden Knights scoring, of course, the first 2 goals for them coming from defensemen, and then that third goal from Mitch Marner. But Emerson, on the flip side of this, with the Anaheim Ducks, they have outshot Vegas in that first period, 11-8. They had 2 power play opportunities. Again, not able to capitalize there. Now 0-for-11 in this series to this point against the best penalty kill in the postseason right now. How can the Ducks generate even more looks or maybe get in front of Carter Hart more?
So their bread and butter has been puck movement and moving the puck quick, but I think you just start to having more high rolls, right? You're seeing Vegas pull some switches, and that is confusing at times the Ducks PKers, so that's exactly what the good guys need to do. They need to pull more high switches, maybe quarterback down to half wall. They can rotate, maybe even half wall down to goal line. Goal line can roll up, and maybe they can start seaming it from there. But even one of those last seams, right? It was near side to far side from our vantage point, didn't get through. So the Vegas Golden Knights, they're checking off all the boxes when it comes to sticking the lanes, heads on swivels, and they're just getting it done. Through defensive side of the puck, they're on here tonight. Offensive side of the puck, they're on. And I said it a little bit earlier on in that first frame. They need to keep the puck away from Carter Hart on their forechecks, right? They can't be dumping it, rimming it. So he's coming out, he's grabbing the puck. He's an underrated stick handler and puck possession goaltender. He's comfortable in that aspect, and that's no different than Johnny making the point in last game that when sometimes you miss the net and miss the net really hard, it comes out the other side, and that starts the other team's breakout. Well, no different than giving the puck right to the goaltender on some of your chips and chases. You got to just deaden that puck in the corner and try to be first to it.
And you talked about in that first period how many block shots there were from Vegas. That's been a theme in this series so far. They ended up with 7 block shots. Anaheim had 2. How are they getting in these lanes?
Well, they're playing fast, right? They're playing fast. There are zero hesitation, and that's the key. Whether you're super deep, a little bit closer to your netminder, or you're fanning out, they're getting to those lanes very quick. And if it's not the winger coming up, it's the defender just filling under. So those are some things that they could do a little bit better job of as far as finding lanes to the net. But yeah, one of the leaders in the block shot column for them, Alexis, is Nick Dowd. He had 2 in that first frame. So yeah, the Ducks, they need to do a better job themselves getting the shooting lane.
Nick Dowd mixing it up behind the play with Drew Hellison at 1.2 in that first period. We're going to step aside on our first intermission report, brought to you by UCI Health. Join us when we come back.
Hockey's not just a game. It's a clash of sticks. It's sprays of ice and crazy saves. It's slap shots and the scrape of blades. It's an endless series of touch-and-go moments that make you feel alive. Through the highs and lows, you march your way down the long road to the playoffs alongside your team, with your jersey on and your heart on your sleeve, because they couldn't do it without you. And when you're there for your team, the NHL store is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLshop.com. A Fanatics experience.
Get ready, Anaheim. big concerts are coming. At Honda Center, sing along with Demi Lovato and 5 Seconds of Summer, who are bringing can't-miss nights of big energy. Ready to get loud? Godsmack brings the Rise of Rock World Tour to the stage at Honda Center. Thomas Rhett is adding country flavor to Orange Country. And Somber, a powerhouse rock show, is coming to shake the arena. Tickets are available now at HondaCenter.com.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Anaheim Ducks tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Anaheim Ducks and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Ducks.
Hey, Ducks fans! Smart drivers like you know all too well how frustrating rush hour can be. Next time you're in a jam, remember these pro tips from Mercury Insurance. Driving is kind of like hockey. Follow too closely and you could cause a pileup. So always keep 3 seconds of following distance behind other cars. Smart drivers don't rely on luck. They rely on great coverage. Switch to Mercury so the next time life throws a slap shot your way, you'll have reliable insurance to back you up. Plus, you could end up saving hundreds. Mercury, smart insurance for smart people.
Invite all your favorite people to the next Ducks home game at Honda Center. Host your guests in a private suite, and the memories you'll create with them will last a lifetime. Amenities include comfortable space for anywhere from 15 to as many as 40 friends, a hefty food and beverage credit, access to all the amenities at the club level, reserved parking, and much more. For inquiries, visit HondaCenter.com/rental suites.
Welcome back into our first intermission report brought to you by UCI Health. The Vegas Golden Knights have a 3-0 lead after the first period of play over the Anaheim Ducks. Shots are 11-8. Anaheim out shooting the Knights. But Emerson, it was at one point 2 goals for the Knights on 4 shots on goal. What's going on with Lukas Dostal tonight?
Well, the optics of how that sounds, it doesn't sound very good, right?
Yeah.
But with that said, I mean, pretty decent shot from McNabb. I mean, we don't maybe really recognize McNabb as a high-end goal scorer from the back end there. But at the same time, it was pretty pinpoint. I mean, he did what he needed to do. It was perfectly placed. Does Lukas Dostal come up with those a lot of the time? Yeah, he does. But look, it was pretty pinpoint to the point where you can make the argument that, look, he's going to give up a goal like that every now and then. Look, the Shea Theodore goal, that was pretty CNI as well. The third one, you can't do much about. I mean, it was deep here on the near side of the back door. So, look, I think just as much as maybe he could have stopped 1 or 2 of those is just the breakdowns for his team in front of him, right? And we'll see if Ville Husso comes out in net here for the Anaheim Ducks. It's going to be interesting to see, but by no means was that all his fault there in that first frame. I just think that in this scenario, you let in 3. There's only 8 total shots on goal. This is just one of those scenarios where you give him that peace of mind, right? You know he's pretty down right now, even though he's a student of the game. But look, goalies, when they've had a long night, even though it's early on in the game, look, sometimes they need that little break. So it's going to be interesting to see the goalie situation here for the Ducks here on this game.
And you talk about that, you think back to Game 5 in the first round series where Lukas Dostal ended up getting pulled after those 3 goals in the first period. Ville Husso came in for relief, had a great game the rest of the way. So wouldn't surprise me either on that end, just to give Lukas Dostal a little bit of a break here. But we're getting closer to the second period. You can hear John Allers and Emerson Needham with the call of the second period. It's 3-0 here. Vegas leading the Ducks after the first period. Thank you for tuning in to our first intermission report brought to you by UCI Health. And join us when we come back.
This December will bring something amazing. A place where 1.2 million square feet of game-changing medicine Meet 300 acres of tranquility. It's a place built for everyone in Orange County and designed just for you. Prepare to meet the new UCI Health Irvine Hospital. World-class academic healthcare right here at home. Discover more at ucihealth.org/Irvine Hospital. Powered by UC Irvine.
Hey, Ducks fans! If you're looking for your next apartment home, scoring your dream apartment has never been easier. With over 165 communities throughout Orange County, the Inland Empire, Ventura, and LA, Western National Property Management and the Anaheim Ducks have you covered. DucksLiving.com, our new platform for finding your new apartment home.
California's #1 casino just got better. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is now the only AAA 5-diamond rated casino hotel in the country. Become a Club Serrano member today and enjoy added perks like exclusive rewards at Monarch Beach Golf Links and Palms Casino Resort, Las Vegas. VIP at another casino? Trade up and take advantage of the Tier and Offer Match program at Yamava Resort and Casino. Voted #1 casino outside of Vegas by Newsweek. Details at yamava.com. Restrictions apply. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Enhance your game day experience with the Honda Center and Ducks mobile app. Make your visits to Honda Center seamless with ticket management, mobile food and drink ordering, interactive arena maps, and exclusive fan loyalty rewards. Stay connected to the Ducks with real-time game updates, video highlights, breaking news, stats, and more. Download the Honda Center Ducks app free in your app store now.
Invite all your favorite people to the next Ducks home game at Honda Center. Host your guests in a private suite, and the memories you'll create with them will last a lifetime. Amenities include a comfortable space for anywhere from 15 to as many as 40 friends, a hefty food and beverage credit, access to all the amenities of the club level, reserved parking, and much more. For inquiries, visit hondacenter.com/rental suites.
And Emerson Needham in the booth at Honda Center, along with our on-site engineer, Tim Jones. Yair Martinez is back at Skyview. We're glad to have you along. It is the first intermission, winding down of Game 3 between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Anaheim Ducks. The Golden Knights jumping out to a 3-0 lead in the opening period on the strength of an even strength goal, a shorthanded goal, and a power play goal. And as a result, we've got a change in net for the Ducks' second postseason appearance of this Stanley Cup final year for Billy Husso, who last appeared in the Edmonton series, made 10 saves on 11 shots in just over 47 minutes in the Game 5 loss to the Oilers. And the Ducks attempt to begin the comeback now. Anaheim Ducks hockey on the Ducks Radio Network is brought to you by UCI Health. Discover how a marsh can be healing. Get ready for a place born of the healing powers of breakthroughs and tranquility. This is where community meets innovation, where game-changing research takes place beside soul-affirming nature. All in the name of a healthier Orange County. Discover the new UCI Health Irvine Hospital. And Emerson, the Ducks need to discover some offensive touch. You and I haven't talked about it. I don't know if you and Alexis did in the intermission, but they still are having trouble scoring on Carter Hart.
Yeah, is it going to take that one extra pass? Maybe. I mean, he's slid across so well, and he has been all series.
Terry carries into the Vegas zone as we're underway in the second. His shot got blocked behind the net, but the Ducks recover possession. And a little cycle game in the right corner between Leo Carlson and Troy Terry. Pass deflected away, and Brett Howden moves it the other way. The Golden Knights for the first time in the period into the Anaheim zone. Rasmus Anderson puts it up on the glass and in. Nice little play in the corner by Trouba to free it up for Leo Carlson. Quick up into the neutral zone, and Lacombe will brush it in. Goes behind the net. He and McNabb after it. Loose puck on the back of the net. Lacombe had his stick on it, but it's recovered by Shea Theodore. His pass finally corralled by Marner, who lofts it off the glass back into the Anaheim zone.
Well, urgency was definitely something that was discussed there in that first intermission. You can already tell there's a little bit more pep in each of the Ducks skaters' steps here back at Sennecke on the far side.
Stretch pass just out of his reach from Lacombe, who got run over and tackled in the defensive zone by Barbashev with no call. Sennecke brings it around the perimeter, takes a hard hit from Barbashev as he cycles it to the corner. Mitnyakov with a good keep, sends it across, batted out of midair by John Carlson, but he can't further it into the zone. And Dorofeev fights it across the stripe. Dorofeev trying to touch it over, and a quick up for Barbashev, who will drop it off the end boards to Theodore. One more pass that's deflected to the left corner, collected by Eichel. Feeds it back to the line, finishing a change of the Golden Knights. Coughlin got his shot away off a tip from Eichel. Right on the doorstep, Dorofeev in too tight. Now Coughlin again from the right point, misses everything. It comes around, and Theodore with the keep. So the Golden Knights with a good offensive shift here early in the period as the puck's rimmed around down low, just out of the reach of Barbashev. Coughlin again pinches up the right side, rims it around, and Sennecke moves it to the middle of the ice for Killorn. He and Granlund to center, and Killorn will alley-oop it into the Vegas zone off the end boards, and Granlund took a swat at it, a rolling puck right at the side of the net. Knights will reverse it away from pressure just over 2 minutes into the second period. Coughlin's pass well off the mark at center, and the Ducks able to turn it the other way. Gauthier got a touch, and it's in behind Carter Hart. Ben Hutton reverses to the near side. Gauthier can't get to it, and it's sent all the way back by the Knights. This will be an icing call.
Well, once again, the forechecking for the Anaheim Ducks here coming into the second period. Much better. Forward one. A little bit early on was getting in on the inside. Then you had Jax Lacombe leading the rush and getting first to the loose puck on the second forecheck. And how about Ross Johnson trying to get on the inside there on that last forecheck? So the urgency is significantly higher on the Anaheim Ducks forechecks here in this second period.
Face off to the right of Carter Hart, who's been in front of all 11 Anaheim shots so far in this game. Ducks do not have a shot in this second period. Washy wins the draw. Lacombe from a sharp angle. That's off of Hart around, and unable to keep it at the right point is Trouba. Dips his shoulder and hangs onto it as the forwards tag up. Gets it to Washy, who lofts it into the Vegas zone. That's over the glass and out of play, but he was inside the blue line, so it'll be an offensive zone face-off off the whistle. Game 4 in this series will be Sunday here at Honda Center. Secure your seats now. Game 4 is nearly sold out, so grab your tickets at ANAHEIMDucks.com/tickets. And don't miss out on Game 4 between the Golden Knights and Ducks.
And yes, you want the Anaheim Ducks to claw their way back and hopefully win this one. But, John, it's more about setting yourself up for success even in Game 4, right? How are you going to set the standards now up until that Game 4 opening puck drop?
Golden Knights into the Anaheim zone. It's Keegan Colasar who hits the brakes along the right corner boards. He's pinned to the wall there. Loose puck dragged along by William Karlsson. We'll keep an eye out. I don't think we've seen Mark Stone yet in this second period. Remember, he left the Vegas bench late in the first period, appeared to be hobbled and limping, so nothing else. Perhaps John Tortorella's bench has been a little shortened here, at least early in the second period. Puck skitters across the Anaheim zone, and Tyson Hines will catch up with it, moving it ahead for Troy Terry. Coming late out of the zone, Drew Hellison, his pass off the skate of Krider deep into the Vegas end. Anderson reverses it away. Hannafin takes a bump as he clears to center, and now waiting for the mates to get onside is Trouba. He'll dish it off to his defense partner, Lacombe. His pass broken up by William Karlsson, but it will get deep into the Vegas zone. Carter Hart stops it, and around the boards, Howden gets enough to clear a rolling puck back into the Anaheim zone.
And you got to take advantage of the Vegas Golden Knights playing a little bit of hot potato. Oh, Ross Johnson, absolutely devastating hit on Miss Marner.
Marner picked off a pass in the neutral zone, tried to go straight ahead with it, but Ross got in the way. Johnston led the Ducks in penalty minutes this season, but he also led them in hits, which is saying something when you consider he missed 18 games at the end of the year with a knee problem. Now Eichel turns it over coming out of his own zone, and Killorn gets a stick on it up the right boards into the Vegas end. Picked up by Theodore, who reverses it away. Granlund hustles, got it back to the point. Walking it to the slot, John Karlsson, and that shot tipped in front, and that sailed over the net. I don't think Carter Hart ever saw that.
Well, I think that deflected off the nose of Shea Theodore. He's holding his jersey to his nose as he skates to his respective players' bench.
Ducks rush it the other way. Sennecke stripped at the blue line. And they're attending to Theodore right now on the Vegas bench. Puck cleared to center. Sennecke comes up with it again, waits as he holds on to possession, tries to feather it into space, but unable to get there was John Karlsson. Coughlin ahead, and it's Colton Sissons on the rush from behind the net. Fed it in front, and that went right through his intended target. Wow. Dorofeev was screaming down the slot. Now Barbashev can't get his shot through, and Jeffrey Viel to center. At the Vegas line, he's disrupted, and that draws the play offside.
Yeah, even on that last play, near side dot lane was waiting Barbashev perfectly in the dead spot, and they're finding those dead spots here. They have been all game long so far.
Anaheim Ducks hockey on the Ducks Radio Network is brought to you by Yamava Resort and Casino. Play at Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. You in? 3-0 Vegas. All 3 goals coming in the opening period. 14:37 to go now in the second of Game 3. Game 4 Sunday night here at Honda Center, a 6:30 face-off, and Game 5 back in Vegas this coming Tuesday. The series tied at a game apiece as Hanifin starts from behind the Vegas net. Finishing his hit is Jeffrey Viel, and Hanifin's outlet pass missing the mark, in part because of the pressure from Viel and icing the call. Viel coming into tonight, Emerson, the leading hitter for the Ducks in this postseason with 35. When you look at Jeffrey Viel, I look at a player who knows his role.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no surprise there after you just read that stat there. And it's his relentlessness. And I mentioned forward 1 and on the forecheck. That's where he so often times finds himself, because he wants to be up there. He wants to use his speed and just crash and bang.
Face off to the right of Carter Hart. Even in the game in which Anaheim scored 3 in Game 2 in this series, it took over half a game to get their first against Hart. They're finding themselves in the same situation here in Game 3. Face-off controlled by Vegas. The Pacific Division champions brush it out through center ice, and here's a chance for Nick Dowd. He pulls up as he got right on the doorstep, tried to make a pass. As he had a man coming in late, that was Cole Smith, and that didn't connect. Boy, that's one of those situations where I think he's going to watch the game tape, Emerson, and he's going to think, I should have shot that puck.
Yeah, and once again, the Ducks need to take advantage, and a great shot there near side on the entry for Mikhail Granlund. You got to like that look.
Lacombe activates up the left board. It's got a hit, but couldn't keep the puck in, and now it's cleared back by Vegas. No icing here as Trouba has to try to protect it. He's got a man all over him from behind. That was Howden, but he's able to one-hand it ahead, and Troy Terry scampers into the Vegas zone. Feeds it across, fresh off the bench. A one-time shot by Krider, sticked away by Hart as there was contact at the top of the crease.
Well, Troy Terry stopped skating after dishing that puck to the far side, and if he would have picked up the pace out of the pocket, he might have got to that there on the near side doorstep.
Leo Carlson rims it back around and in, but it's a quick up and an easy escape for Vegas out of the defensive zone. They turn it over at center. Krider gives it to Leo Carlson, a little room into the Vegas zone. His shot is blocked. Boy, another shot block for Braden McNabb. He had 6 of them in Game 2. Top 10 among defensemen in this postseason in shot blocks. That's no surprise. McNabb has led the league on 3 different occasions in his career. Ducks regroup. Oh, Ross Johnston had a man wide open at the line. It was Gauthier. Didn't see him. Anaheim recovers possession, and Gauthier trying to hook it around the defender Coughlin. Got it on net. Now he spins to the backhand and misses as he tried to go high short side. Good shift here for Anaheim. Still looking to get on the board. Down in Game 3. Lacombe with the keep at the point. Gets some support from Paling, who keeps it in, and up the boards goes Lacombe with it. Drops it off for Gauthier. Little back pass off the heel of Paling's stick. Couldn't handle it, and then he rifles it off the side of the net as it came to Gauthier in the corner. Lobbed over the head of Viel in a diving effort back in the defensive zone to knock it away from Dorofeev. Viel takes the pass up left wing. Into the middle, just missed Jacob Trouba with it. And Cole Smith will roll it back into Anaheim ice.
You just mentioned how effective that last shift was for the Anaheim Ducks, but maybe the most effective skater for the Ducks on that last shift was Cutter Gauthier. I mean, he was keeping that puck to the outside. He was strong on the puck, and he was throwing everything at the net, even one from behind the goal line.
Rolling puck into the Anaheim zone. Sissons gets on it first, pulls it to the forehand. It's underneath Ville Husso. He wasn't sure as he looked behind him. 11:22 to go in the second period of Game 3 at Honda Center. Vegas and Anaheim tied at a game apiece. The Golden Knights on top 3-0. You're listening to Duckstream, powered by TuneIn.
This December, we'll bring something amazing. A place where 1.2 million square feet of game-changing medicine meet 300 acres of tranquility. It's a place built for everyone in Orange County and designed just for you. Prepare to meet the new UCI Health Irvine Hospital. World-class academic healthcare right here at home. Discover more at ucihealth.org/Irvine Hospital. Powered by UC Irvine.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Anaheim Ducks tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Anaheim Ducks and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Ducks.
Hey Ducks fans, smart drivers like you know all too well how frustrating rush hour can be. Next time you're in a jam, remember these pro tips from Mercury Insurance. Driving is kind of like hockey. Follow too closely and you could cause a pileup, so always keep 3 seconds of following distance behind other cars. Smart drivers don't rely on luck. They rely on great coverage. Switch to Mercury so the next time life throws a slap shot your way, you'll have reliable insurance to back you up. Plus, you could end up saving hundreds. Mercury, smart insurance for smart people.
Hey, Ducks fans, looking for your next apartment home? Scoring your dream apartment has never been easier with over 165 properties throughout Orange Country, the Inland Empire, Ventura, and LA. Western National Property Management and the Anaheim Ducks got you covered. Lease an apartment through DucksLiving.com and receive the ultimate Ducks package when you move in, including 4 tickets to a Ducks game this season and an authentic Anaheim Ducks home jersey. DucksLiving.com, our new platform for finding your new apartment home.
Special moment while we were away on the media timeout. The salute to those who serve, honoring a 107-year-old U.S. veteran here at Honda Center. Unfortunately for the Ducks fans here tonight, one of the loudest cheers of the game for them, because Anaheim trails game 3-0. Billy Husso out to paddle one aside off the side of his net, and it comes to Granlund, who kicks it up, gives it up, gets it back, and enters the Vegas zone. To the left corner, feeds it right across the top of the blue. Carter Hart didn't touch it. Ducks didn't have anybody at the far post, however. Eichel weaves his way back down the middle lane. Here's Theodore. Great pass to Marner and an easy tap in as he skates it around a sliding Billy Husso. It's 4-0 Vegas.
How cocky was that? The simple fact that Marner could have just lifted the puck right over the stretched out left pad of Husso. No, he elects to take 2 extra stick handles here on the near side and slide it home. That was silky smooth. It doesn't get much better than that.
It was a 2-point game in game 1 for Mitch Marner. That's his 3rd point tonight. A couple of goals and an assist. And Vegas is comfortable midway through game 3 with 10:41 to play in the second period. It is 4-0 Golden Knights. Leo Carlson off the draw at center. Motors up the left boards into the Vegas zone. And he's caught by the back checking Jack Eichel. Eichel strips it and moves it ahead. Dorofeev angles it into the Anaheim zone, and Mityukov on his horse after it. Goes D to D and finds Trouba. So we're looking at a couple of new defense pairs here as Trouba and Mityukov are playing together. Terry comes right through the middle of the ice, carries it the other way. It's Mityukov at the top of the left circle who takes the shot, kicked out by Carter Hart.
Well, that's what I've noticed is just the better back checking from the Vegas Golden Knights. They were all over Leo Carlson here, near side offensive zone corner. But, yeah, they've been really elevating their game in every category.
Terry trying to kick it off the boards, and a lot of guys at the end of their sticks because Nick Dowd gets to the loose puck. Husso reels it in and covers up.
What an individual effort there by Nick Dowd there. Half the puck possession time for him there over the last 5 seconds was in his skate. So great skate confidence. Job well done.
9:44 to go, second period. The Golden Knights have added to their lead on top in game 3, 4-0 over the Ducks. You're listening to Duck Stream, powered by TuneIn.
The best way to follow the Stanley Cup playoffs is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind-the-scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else. The most NHL Edge advanced stats, keeping you up to date from round 1 through the Stanley Cup final. When it comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup playoffs are better on the NHL app.
Visit EastonLawFirm.com and score big. Orange County's premier injury firm and official personal injury attorneys of the Anaheim Ducks. At Easton & Easton, our family of litigators has more than 100 years combined experience fighting the insurance companies in all types of injury accidents. With our family, every case is personal and handled by an actual attorney. Call to speak with an attorney today at 1-833-EASTONS. That's 1-833-EASTONS. Let our family help yours at EastonLawFirm.com.
Visit EastonLawFirm.com to score big. Official personal injury attorneys of the Anaheim Ducks.
You did it again. You made us #1 in USA Today's 10 Best for the 3rd year in a row. You voted Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel the best casino outside of Las Vegas for the 3rd time. And Yamava Resort grabbed a first-time win as the best casino hotel. Enjoy the winning atmosphere at one of more than 150 gaming tables, more than 7,400 slot machines, and 5 high-limit rooms. That's not all. Grab a bite at the Pines Modern Steakhouse, voted the best casino restaurant for the 3rd year in a row. You in? Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Back at Honda Center, the Vegas Golden Knights with a 4-0 lead in Game 3 of this Western Conference second-round matchup. Anaheim Ducks hockey on the Ducks Radio Network is brought to you by Western National Property Management, DucksLiving.com, your new platform to score your dream apartment. So Ville Husso comes in and surrenders another Mitch Marner goal, his 5th of the postseason. Marner with a 3-point night, now the leading scoring Golden Knight in this postseason with 12 points. Face-off win by the Golden Knights in the Anaheim zone, and Theodore's shot deflected out of play, out of the netting back onto the ice surface. So Emerson down 4-0, half a hockey game to go. I mean, what's going through your mind when you're out there on the ice? Are you still trying to chip away at this, or are you just trying to build a shift at a time?
Well, before that last Mitch Marner goal, I mean, there were several sequences where the Vegas Golden Knights were playing hot potato, but here come the Ducks.
Gauthier on the rush looked like he might have had a half a step, but instead he drops it back to Hellison, who has his shot deflected out of play.
Yeah, going back to my previous point there, it's just, you got to take advantage of the times in which the Vegas Golden Knights aren't making plays, right? When they are giving the puck away and coughing the puck up, you got to make sure you stay calm there, keep the puck on the outside, and you're not returning those giveaways because, I mean, you got to do everything possible to try to create those 5-10-foot plays, utilize all the gap given to you, and you certainly, at this point, obviously can't pass up high danger scoring chances that you're given.
Linesman attending to some inadequacies in the ice. So that means everyone with an extra heartbeat to catch their breath here. Face off to the left of Carter Hart. He has been the heartbeat of the Vegas Golden Knights in this series. He's only surrendered 4 goals. That's as many as the Golden Knights have scored so far in this one. Braden McNabb, who has a shorthanded goal in the game, brushing it into the Anaheim zone up the left boards, cut off by Jackson Lacombe. Lacombe will hook it back. Trouba looks through the middle off the stick of Gauthier. It trickles in on Hart, who keeps it in play for Shea Theodore. Theodore, the one-time Western League Defenseman of the Year, playing for the Seattle Thunderbirds back in 2015. Lobs it to center, and it's Keegan Colasar for Vegas who sends it in.
And speaking of Shea Theodore, he got the first assist on that Mitch Marner last tally. Brett Howden picked up the second assist.
So it's a multi-point game now for Theodore, who had the opening goal of the hockey game. 2 more points for Theodore, now 7 on the postseason for him. Eichel with a quick pass into the middle of the ice. Howden cutting against the grain, caught from behind by VL. who knocked it off his stick. But again, Marner's there and sweeps it wide. Back the other way comes VL with Granlund, and VL caught on the back check by Howden. Had his stick lifted and fanned on the shot. And Emerson, how many times have we said that tonight? Caught on the back check. Vegas has been diligent on the back check.
No, 100%. Even Jack Eichel, a guy that swarmed Leo Carlson there earlier, but oh boy, here comes Vegas again.
Yeah, keep in at the line by Coughlin, and behind the net, the return pass from Marner will roll all the way down into the Vegas zone, so the Golden Knights will finish a change. Ducks need something to get this crowd back into it. It's 16,000 plus sitting on their hands right now. Just under 8 to go in the second period. Trouba's pass ahead off the stick of Krider and lob back in wide of Husso. He can't play it. Dowd to the corner after it. The 11-year veteran pinned to the boards by Mintyukov. Squeaks it free for Cole Smith. His shot went off the side of the Anaheim goal. Long shot from the left point, paddled aside as Husso had that one hit him up high. And Krider makes a hit, and again, the Golden Knights play it back in their own zone. Theodore turns on the Jets and beats Sennecke to it. He'll circle the net. Veteran defenseman ahead for Eichel is passed through the middle off the stick of Dorofeev, and out to his right is Husso to play it to the far boards. Puck comes loose. Tyson Hines stays home in front, but it's the Golden Knights who come up with it. Eichel with a shot turned away by Husso in close. Barbashev pitchforks it back down around the end boards. After it is Hellison to the right corner, but Dorofeev intercepts his clearing attempt. Cycles it around, now right corner Eichel, who turns with it. Eichel spins it to Barbashev in the trapezoid. Now he gets the feet moving back to the left corner, or excuse me, the right corner. Eichel cycles and gets it back from behind the net. Protects the puck so well. Back to McNabb, whose shot didn't get through, but a second effort by Dorofeev, forcing Husso to make a save. McNabb at the line, steers one through, loose rebound. Great left pad save by Husso as he robbed Barbashev. Terry comes away with a rebound. Through the middle of the ice and into the Vegas zone on the left side for Palin. Cross ice pass behind his intended target, Cutter Gauthier. Ducks keep the play alive. Palin again now for Trouba. Mishandles it at the top of the left circle. Keeps it alive for Lacombe. Dances on the blue line with it. Got a wrist shot through, and that went off of McNabb over top of the net. Ducks recover. Trouba right point. Lets it go. And a left pad save by Carter Hart. Steers it to the far corner. Battling for it, Tim Washy was in the feet of the referee, but he stays with it. Angles it off the boards to Lacombe at the left point. He'll walk it to the middle. Dusts it off. Wrist shot came through, and that's absorbed by Carter Hart.
Well, it's a great play by Jax Lacombe. Little pump fake. He continues to skate backwards, pushing himself more towards the mid-ice, and he finds that window towards the net. Quality play.
5:45 to go in the second. Vegas leads game 3, 4-0 over the Ducks. You're listening to Duckstream, powered by TuneIn.
The best new cars. Honda. Make the best pre-owned cars. Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Get the best value with Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Honda backed with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty at your helpful Honda dealers. Plus, every certified pre-owned Honda goes through a 182-point inspection and is reconditioned like new by factory-trained technicians with genuine parts. To save on certified pre-owned Hondas, search your local Honda dealer today.
Anaheim, listen up. Grove of Anaheim has big concerts and comedy coming. We've got the heavy-hitting anthems of Slaughter and iconic riffs of Blue Oyster Cult. Looking for some laughs? Don't miss comedy from legends Fred Armisen and Adam Ray. And high-energy pop with Ali and AJ, playing songs from their new album and the hits that everyone knows and loves. Tickets are available right now at groveofanaheim.com.
Vegas up on the Anaheim Ducks. This is the second game for Ross Johnston since he returned back into the lineup, and he shared with us yesterday that it was nice to come back in and contribute, but some of the decision-making was a little quicker than he might have expected, and we already see the change-up of the lines, as we know Coach Q likes to do. When things aren't going the Ducks' way, Ross Johnston being elevated to that third line now, it appears, but guys, it's coming at a good time in this second period. Ducks trying to find some answers here offensively.
Yeah, no, I think this is an opportunity to, make some changes in which hopefully you're hoping for positive results, right? So let's see, coming up to this left of Carter Hart, how they fare on the faceoff.
It's Washi, VL, and Jansen Harkins, and it's another faceoff win for the Golden Knights. Marner to center. He has been a problem tonight for Anaheim, figuring in the 3 of the 4 Vegas goals. 4-0 Golden Knights. 5.5 to go, second period of Game 3. John Carlson digs one loose in the corner, got it to Mintyukov behind the net, and he'll start up the right boards. Pass was in the feet of VL. He couldn't kick it to his stick, but rink wide of the neutral zone. Tim Washi catches up with it, and the Detroit native lifts it in. VL down low in the trapezoid behind the net. Washi knocked down as he tried to bring it in front, and Marner will just lob it to center.
And he's going to really grow his game, Tim Washi, when he starts anticipating the player pressuring him so he can approach those delays with a little bit more common sense.
Harkins brings it in on the left boards, got to the hash mark. Long shot kicked away by Carter Hart. Ducks recover, and Harkins tries again. This one high. Might have gotten off the mask of Hart. And Colton Sissons paddles it away for Vegas. Back to get it. Tyson Hines, quick little backhand pass into the middle, and a touch from Krider deflects it the rest of the way in. Rimmed around the boards. Now it's a foot race as Nick Dowd and Hines go back after it in the Anaheim zone. Ellison gets the little reversal from behind the net, goes rink wide. Great catch of the pass by Leo Carlson, who carries it in. Drops it off for Terry, weaves his way to some open ice. Top of the slot, Terry can't find a shooting lane as he's got Hurdle all over him. Tomas Hurdle takes him all the way to the corner boards. Eichel spins with the puck, but up the boards it comes to Trouba, slides it over. A lot of room for Lacombe. His shot through traffic off of Krider, fought off by Hart. Lacombe to the slot. Leo Carlson turned away. Terry can't get his rebound bid through traffic. Bodies in front of Hart. Kept that one from finding the Vegas net, and the Golden Knights settle and clear the zone.
What a 15-foot pass here, near side from Jax Lacombe, right on the twig of Leo Carlson for the quick shot. He had skaters going towards the net. That was a big-time play.
Let's go Ducks, the chant at Honda Center as Anaheim puts it right back into the Vegas zone. Killorn fights it loose down low. Granlund feeds the point and a cross-ice pass. Breaks the stick of Tyson Hines, who does a great job with his feet just to buy some time because Kolesar was all over him. And John Carlson pushes it into the zone. Sennecke from the slot and another shot block. Laying down his leg to get in front of that one was Ben Hutton. Puck to the corner, and Kolesar for the Golden Knights heads behind the net.
Oh, great point, Johnny. I mean, if it weren't for Tyson Hines in the soccer style, juggling the puck in his skates and really extending possession, the Anaheim Ducks wouldn't have got those last chances there on that offensive rush.
Lacombe drives it hard around the boards and in again as Anaheim finishes a line change. Paling, Johnston, and Gauthier out now, and they free the puck up in the right corner. Ross Johnston using his big frame to protect. Finds Paling, comes off the wall, tried to make one more pass, picked off by Marner. Who else? He's been in the way all night. Passed ahead, and Barbashev gets it into the Anaheim zone. All kinds of pressure on Hines there. He got it to the line, but he didn't get it past Rasmus Andersson. Rink-wide Hannafin with a long wrister that misses everything, and Anderson up the right boards to seal it. Around for Marner, who spins, cycles back for Barbashev. He battles with Ellison. Drew fell to his knees, tries to further the puck along, but it's William Carlson instead for Vegas. Behind the net, a little drop pass. Marner steps out in front, takes a shot, and he scored! Oh, wow. How did he get that through, Billy Husso? It's that kind of a night for Mitch Marner as he completes the hat trick with just over 2 minutes to go in the second.
No, it's never a good sign when the opposing fans start tossing the hats onto the Honda Center ice because one of the opposition's players has a hattie. That's Marner, who I'm right there with you, Johnny. How did that one find the back of the net? That's just one of those goals where any netminder would like to have back.
Marner came into the game with 3 goals in the postseason. He's doubled that number. He just stepped out from behind the net, and he outweighted Billy Husso, who came off that near side post just as Marner pulled the trigger. 2 Duck defenders, but Emerson, for my money, they were both at the end of their sticks.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm looking at it. I thought initially he put it right under the pad. I thought I think it might have went right over the right pad.
I think you're right. I think
that is
snuck
just
under his arm.
Break.
So it's 5-0 Vegas, and the puck dumped back into the Anaheim zone as Cole Smith goes in after it. Smith, who's just 5 years removed from spending time in the East Coast Hockey League, undrafted out of North Dakota, has filled a nice role on this Vegas fourth line in the postseason, and he hounds the puck to center ice as it's dumped back in. I think we might have another penalty coming up to Anaheim here. Sissons slow to get up, and Jeffrey Viel will take a seat.
Yeah, then we didn't hear the
Graham
announcement.
Skilleter decided to go no mic on that one. It's a cross-checking minor at 18-19 of the second period.
And they actually added a second assist to the Vegas power play goal. It now reads Mitch Marner from Pavel Dorofeyev and Colton Sissons.
Marner with a hat trick and 4 points. Vegas with a 5-0 lead, and they go on the power play. The second man advantage of the night. They're 1 for 1. 2 for 7 in the series as Marner and Eichel play catch. Pass goes through Colton Sissons, not a normal power play participant for this team. Hurdle keeps it alive for Sissons down low. He's pinned to the boards by Trouba, and a clear knockdown by Marner at the line from Mitnyakov. Boy, Mitch Marner is having himself a night. Bouncing puck in the corner, and again, Mitnyakov trying to get it out. Kept at the line by Marner. Steps to the top of the right circle. That shot hit a skate and goes in behind the net. Puck recovered by the Golden Knights. Eichel separated along the boards by Poehling, but gets support. Sissons and Hurdle are there to help get it back to him. He'll skate it at the line. Under a minute to go now in the second period. John Tortorella with rewarding some players here as Sissons is on this power play. He's in front, and he just missed on a redirect as Eichel tried to set him up. Dorofeyev seals the boards along the right side, and they work it down low. Sissons gives to Eichel, and now out high it's Marner. And Hurdle with a drive that's fought off from the left circle by Husso. 5 forwards out for Vegas on this power play, and at last Anaheim able to clear down to 15 seconds in the period. There's a 20-second difference between the penalty clock and the second period clock, which has only 10 seconds remaining. Long breakout pass comes out, and Husso's going to be penalized for playing the puck outside the trapezoid.
Wow.
It is that kind of a night, Emerson. That is a penalty I don't think I've seen called more than once or twice since that rule came in. And you know what? It's the right call.
Well, yeah, we're having some...
Yeah, Graham Skilleter has mic issues, and that might be better.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. In fact, since I've been in this role as a color analyst here with Duckstream, this is the first call I've seen any goaltender make.
That's
either
30 years, isn't it? You've been doing this job 30 years?
Well, I appreciate it. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, that's some high praise there, Johnny. Thank you. And Johnny, to your point about Sissons getting some extra time, Mark Stone being out, right?
Yeah, we haven't seen Stone in the second period.
And we're oftentimes seeing Stone in that same net front presence in which Sissons was in there recently, so that could be that change.
5.1 seconds remaining, so it is a two-man advantage now for the next 24 seconds for the Golden Knights, as if they need it. And off the face-off, Tim Washy able to get the puck out. That will bring an end to a second period that was only slightly better than the first from an Anaheim perspective. After giving up 3 goals in the opening period, a goaltending change didn't change much. Ville Husso gives up 2, and when the third period begins, Anaheim will be down 2 men for the first 19 seconds as they trail here in Game 3 to the Vegas Golden Knights by a score of 5-0. So, Emerson, you talked about it earlier during that second period, that maybe the task at hand in the final 20 minutes of this one is looking ahead to Sunday in Game 4.
Well, I go back to the offensive zone entry from Ryan Poehling here on the near side, and he tries that 60-65 footer. He was targeting Cutter Gauthier on the far side as that second wave coming in late, and those are just the type of plays where can you turn your sights towards the net and potentially make a pass off pad play right on the far side. So those are the details that I think they can execute a little bit better on. But speaking of that fifth goal, making it 5-0 in favor of the opposition, Mitch Marner was the goal scorer, assisted by William Carlson.
Well, after outshooting Vegas 11-7 in the opening period, they're only outshot the Ducks, that is, by an 11-10 count in the second period of play, but they find themselves in a big hole here in Game 3. 40 minutes in the books. The series tied at a game apiece, but Vegas in control of Game 3 on top 5-0. Coming up next, we'll have our intermission report. Alexis Downey will join us along with Emerson Edom. Stay with us. You're listening to Duckstream, powered by TuneIn.
She was the sister who went unnoticed.
A daffodil might look plain next to a lily, but on its own there is much to be admired.
Now, her greatest chapter is yet to come.
The most important thing is to be yourself.
From the world of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice comes a new BritBox original drama.
Mary, you will flourish.
Based on the best-selling novel, The Other Bennett Sister, now streaming only on BritBox. Watch with a free trial at BritBox.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Woodscapes, and Super Deck products May 1st through the 11th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Helping people of SoCal isn't just what we do, it's who we are at your SoCal Honda dealers. Look for our team of helpful guys and gals in blue all year long, helping by providing free gas, bringing meals to seniors, supporting teachers and veterans, handing out ice cream, and so much more. And that's not all. Every Honda dealership has sales teams ready to help you find your perfect Honda with a great deal. Search your local Honda dealer today.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Anaheim Ducks tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Anaheim Ducks and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Ducks.
This is the second intermission report on Duckstream, the official 24/7 audio network of the Anaheim Ducks.
Well, after 40 minutes of play, it is 5-0. The Vegas Golden Knights really putting the Anaheim Ducks back on their heels. Welcome into the second intermission report brought to you by UCI Health. I'm Alexis Downey alongside Emerson Edom. The third period is going to start with a 5-on-3 in favor of Vegas, as a couple penalties at the end of the second period led to that. And Emerson, I shouldn't even say put the Ducks back on their heels, because they are still getting their chances, but Vegas is just finishing on everything, and a lot of it has been Mitch Marner's fantastic play tonight.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself, and really, Alexis, it's that point right there. You said it. They're finishing right when they have the high danger scoring chances. And if you look at the total shots on goal for them, 18, yes, you're on pace for, just shy of 30 through 3 total periods. But with that said, we're not there yet. So if they can shut the door, limit those even limited shots by the Vegas Golden Knights thus far, they're just too high danger. They're too grade A. And when you have the hands of a guy like Mitch Marner, I mean, how about him electing to not shoot that puck, getting in near side, but just sliding home? That was so slippery and so nice of a goal as far as hands are concerned. And he's just been, I think he's been one of the most consistent players for the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah.
As far as even in games 1, 2, he just seemed to be the guy that was kind of just buzzing for them, and he's finally getting rewarded time and time again here. So he's been nothing short of spectacular. But going back to your initial point, it's not like the Vegas Golden Knights, they're heavily in the lead when it comes to puck possession time.
Right.
I just think they're capitalizing when they have the opportunity to do so, as your first point alluded to.
And going along with that, it's been Carter Hart that has been phenomenal in the net this entire series, even going back to their first round series against the Utah Mammoth. But in this case tonight, as for the goal scoring, you're talking about Mitch Marner, now 6 on his postseason, both of those goals in the second period. From Mitch Marner, he gets the hat trick tonight. And a couple other things to note. Ville Husso comes in to start this second period. We have not seen Mark Stone. So for Ville Husso, this is one of those games where you're giving Lukas Dostal some rest at this point. A good opportunity to kind of change things up, try to find some momentum. But the Ducks still have just not been able to figure out getting to the front of Carter Hart, it feels like.
Yeah, and I mean,
we talked about it in the last intermission.
Yeah, and these goals are so point blank, right? I mean, even in Mitch Marner, his second goal there, when he slid it home here from our vantage point near side, there's too much time and space. It's like, where was the next Ducks skater pressuring back and tracking back and sealing off? Yes, it was a great play as far as the root cause and how it was set up. But with that said, you want guys tracking back. You want less breakdowns right around the slot area. And then just following up with that third goal. I don't know. That third goal, it's interesting. I mean, of course, Ville Husso, you would have liked to have that one back for sure. So I think both goalies here for the Ducks probably would have liked to have one goal back at least. But it's just, you can't put this solely on them. I mean, there's just been the lack of back checking. We've talked time and time again. This is a way better game as far as the Vegas Golden Knights on the defensive side of the puck. I mean, they are tracking back. They have been since the opening puck drop, and that's been making it extremely difficult. Biel had his stick left there right in the top of the circle slot area before releasing it. That was unfortunate. I've talked about Alex Killorn gets squeezed up on the entry. Beckett Sennecke was left all alone too, so they're doing a great job of tracking back.
And we know that Vegas head coach John Tortorella had said before this game that he wanted to see his team have more possession time, not only that, but more energy and a faster pace to their game. All of that has been shown in their play tonight. Also to note, the Golden Knights are 2-1 on the road in this postseason, so they were looking forward to a change of pace, coming back out on the road. Anaheim, on the flip side of that, has been 3-0 at home in the postseason, so bit of a surprise for this Honda Center crowd. It's been a little bit quiet in here through this game tonight. We'll see if they're able to turn that around here in the third period, which will be coming up here shortly. You're listening to the second intermission report brought to you by UCI Health. It's a 5-0 score. Vegas leading the Anaheim Ducks after 2 periods of play. We're going to take a break here. Make sure to join us when we come back.
Hockey's not just a game. It's a clash of sticks. It's sprays of ice and crazy saves. It's slap shots and the scrape of blades. It's an endless series of touch-and-go moments that make you feel alive. Through the highs and lows, you march your way down the long road to the playoffs alongside your team, with your jersey on and your heart on your sleeve, because they couldn't do it without you. And when you're there for your team, the NHL store is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLshop.com. A Fanatics experience.
Hey, Ducks fans! Smart drivers like you know all too well how frustrating rush hour can be. Next time you're in a jam, remember these pro tips from Mercury Insurance. Driving is kind of like hockey. Follow too closely and you could cause a pileup. So always keep 3 seconds of following distance behind other cars. Smart drivers don't rely on luck. They rely on great coverage. Switch to Mercury so the next time life throws a slap shot your way, you'll have reliable insurance to back you up. Plus, you could end up saving hundreds. Mercury, smart insurance for smart people.
California's #1 casino just got better. Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is now the only AAA 5-diamond rated casino hotel in the country. Become a Club Serrano member today and enjoy added perks like exclusive rewards at Monarch Beach Golf Links and Palms Casino Resort, Las Vegas. VIP at another casino? Trade up and take advantage of the Tier and Offer Match program at Yamava Resort and Casino. Voted #1 casino outside of Vegas by Newsweek. Details at yamava.com. Restrictions apply. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Enhance your game day experience with the Honda Center and Ducks mobile app. Make your visits to Honda Center seamless with ticket management, mobile food and drink ordering, interactive arena maps, and exclusive fan loyalty rewards. Stay connected to the Ducks with real-time game updates, video highlights, breaking news, stats, and more. Download the Honda Center Ducks app free in your app store now.
Invite all your favorite people to the next Ducks home game at Honda Center. Host your guests in a private suite, and the memories you'll create with them will last a lifetime. Amenities include comfortable space for anywhere from 15 to as many as 40 friends, a hefty food and beverage credit, access to all the amenities of the club level, reserved parking, and much more. For inquiries, visit hondacenter.com/rental suites.
5-0 Vegas after 2 periods of play. Welcome back to the second intermission report brought to you by UCI Health. And Emerson, tonight is the 5 goals is not the only game where we saw 5 goals tonight. The Canadians scored 5 goals and took down the Sabres 5-1. The final score there. That is a tied series after 2 games. And Alex Newhook had 2 goals in that game. What are you expecting to see in that series?
Well, it's obviously a close one, and you just can never count out the Montreal Canadiens, right? I mean, we were there in Montreal but not too long ago, and look, even though the good guys obviously showed very well, that was definitely not an easy tilt to come out on top of. So, look, this was a Montreal Canadiens team that I think is set up very similarly to the Anaheim Ducks. I mean, They are both fast. They both possess high-end elite-level skill. And look, a lot like the Anaheim Ducks have in Cutter Gauthier and some prime-time goal scorers. I mean, they got guys that can really put the puck in the net. How about Juraj Slafkovsky? I mean, what a year that he had. I mean, he was already, trending in the right direction after, a slow year and a half. But boy, has he really come on. He was one of the better skaters for his squad at the Olympics. He was on fire during that tournament, and he really brought it home there to finish off the regular season into the playoffs.
We're talking about the Montreal Canadiens taking down the Sabres in their game tonight. But as for this Anaheim Ducks game, 20 minutes left. They're starting the period with a 5-on-3, out-shooting Vegas 21-17. Couple important stats. Well, couple stats to note, rather. 40 hits for the Anaheim Ducks through 2 periods of play. Leading the way there, Chris Krider with 7. So good to see him getting physical. Jackson Lacombe behind him on that end with 5. Also, Jansen Harkins with 5 faceoffs. The team has gone down on that, and 42%. We'll see if they're able to improve that and improve a couple other things to build up some momentum into Sunday's game. That'll be game 4 on Sunday. But as for the next 20 minutes, we'll see what the Ducks are able to come out with. We'll see if Mark Stone comes back out on the ice or not for the Vegas Golden Knights. As I mentioned, 5-0 Vegas leading into the 3rd period. John Allers and Emerson Needham will have the call of that period when we come back. Thank you for listening to the second intermission report brought to you by UCI Health.
This December, we'll bring something amazing. A place where 1.2 million square feet of game-changing medicine meet 300 acres of tranquility. It's a place built for everyone in Orange County and designed just for you. Prepare to meet the new UCI Health Irvine Hospital. World-class academic healthcare right here at home. Discover more at ucihealth.org/Irvine Hospital. Powered by UC Irvine.
Visit EastonLawFirm.com and score big. Orange County's premier injury firm and official personal injury attorneys of the Anaheim Ducks. At Easton & Easton, our family of litigators has more than 100 years combined experience fighting the insurance companies in all types of injury accidents. With our family, every case is personal and handled by an actual attorney. Call to speak with an attorney today at 1-833-EASTONS. That's 1-833-EASTONS. Let our family help yours at EastonLawFirm.com. Visit EastonLawFirm.com to score big. Official personal injury attorneys of the Anaheim Ducks.
Hey, Ducks fans! If you're looking for your next apartment home, scoring your dream apartment has never been easier. With over 165 communities throughout Orange County, the Inland Empire, Ventura, and LA, Western National Property Management and the Anaheim Ducks have you covered. DucksLiving.com, our new platform for finding your new apartment home.
Get ready, Anaheim. Big concerts are coming. At Honda Center, sing along with Demi Lovato and 5 Seconds of Summer, who are bringing can't-miss nights of big energy. Ready to get loud? Godsmack brings the Rise of Rock World Tour to the stage at Honda Center. Thomas Rhett is adding country flavor to Orange Country. And Somber, a powerhouse rock show, is coming to shake the arena. Tickets are available now at HondaCenter.com.
Invite all your favorite people to the next Ducks home game at Honda Center. Host your guests in a private suite, and the memories you'll create with them will last a lifetime. Amenities include comfortable space for anywhere from 15 to as many as 40 friends, a hefty food and beverage credit, access to all the amenities at the club level, reserved parking, and much more. For inquiries, visit HondaCenter.com/rental suites.
And Emerson Edom back at Honda Center, just about set to begin the third period of play in Game 3 of the Western Conference second-round matchup between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Anaheim Ducks. Vegas with a 5-0 lead through 2 periods of play. Mitch Marner has his fingerprints all over this one. Already a hat trick, 4 points, +3, 5 shots on goal as he has led the scoring parade. Only 9 different Vegas goal point producers so far through 2 periods of play. Anaheim Ducks hockey on the Ducks Radio Network is brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Ducks versus Golden Knights is brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Smart insurance for smart people. So the Ducks made a goaltending change after the opening period, Emerson Edom. It didn't get better in the second, and they begin the third period, 2 men down for the first 19 seconds.
Well, Marner's second goal, right? There was just a clear-cut breakdown, a great pass en route to Marner, but, I mean, great hands and tight from him. That's a goal that you can't obviously put on Billy Husso, but that third one from Marner making this one 5-0, yeah, you point to that one, and he knows he'd like to have that one back. So I think definitely both goaltenders for the Anaheim Ducks who have been in this game could make the argument that they'd have to, like, 1 goal back, if not 2.
Well, the concern with Marner is he's heating up now. 11 points in his last 6 games as we're underway here to begin the third. Golden Knights into the Anaheim zone with a 2-man advantage. Eichel, one-timer from the top of the left circle. Kicked out by Husso. Rebound back to Eichel, and a save by Husso as Viel steps out of the box. And the Ducks now down a man for the next minute 33. Ville able to hang on so they can reset the personnel here just 22 seconds into the third period.
Jack Eichel, just not your historically, just by eye test, how he orchestrates his half-wall positioning. It's more from a stop-start perspective. He retracts out, goes back in, and he doesn't go all the way up to the blue or, have that speed behind the puck. He's very stationary, which is very unorthodox.
Eichel coming into tonight leading the Stanley Cup playoffs in assists with 9. He digs one out off the faceoff, can't get it across ice. It comes off a skate back to him. He goes behind the back, and he's able to find Hurdle, but he misses Marner at the line, and now Poehling pressing the issue shorthanded into the Vegas zone. A very quiet Honda Center as Marner starts from behind the net. Just over a minute to go in the power play as he dishes it inside the blue line to Tomas Hertl. Vegas now 1 of 2 on the night on the power play as Hertl curls it back for Eichel. And this is what you were talking about, Emerson. He works that half wall and buys space. And nobody really pressures him. Back to Marner, whose shot goes wide. And Anaheim able to clear the zone as Hellison does the honors.
Yeah, other half-wall players will go all the way up, touch their skates to the blue line, and then go back down with a little bit more speed when they get that puck. But Eichel, so stationary, a lot of stick handles. Here comes Jansen Harkins on the far side.
Yeah, turnover in the neutral zone as Eichel had pressure. Harkins' shot misses on the short side. Gauthier digs it out and plays it all the way back. And Husso this time waits for it to enter the trapezoid and just lets Trouba handle it. Long stretch back into the Vegas zone as the penalty time now down to just 10 seconds remaining. Theodore moves it ahead. Barbashev across left wing, or across the line on left wing, leaves it for William Karlsson. Penalty winding down as Krider serving it. The penalty to Husso. He'll come out of the box. And the Ducks now full strength. And 2 for 3 on the penalty kill as William Karlsson is stepped into in the neutral zone. Are they saying Krider came out of the box too soon? And perhaps a hand pass. I missed the indication, Emerson. I wasn't sure why they blew the whistle there.
Well, in reference to the play, Leo Carlsson does a great job of trying to track that puck down. But one thing they can shore up is turnovers prior to crossing their offensive zone line. That has been a consistent issue throughout tonight's game. They got to shore those up.
Face off at center, controlled by the Ducks, but the outlet pass intended for Troy Terry is off the mark, so an icing call. So a couple of consecutive penalty kills for Anaheim, perhaps the best thing that has happened to them in quite a while in this hockey game. Tonight's broadcast, property of the Anaheim Ducks Hockey Club. Any rebroadcast of tonight's game, either whole or in part, without the express written consent of the Anaheim Ducks and the National Hockey League, is strictly prohibited. Not just prohibited, but strictly prohibited. Face-off back in the Anaheim zone, and off of one face-off, Rasmus Andersson gets it to the net. Husso will hang on to that.
I'll take this time to get one in myself. Be sure to stop by the Ducks Playoff House in Orange and join fellow fans to check out various activations, exclusive merchandise, and special guest appearances. This unique playoff hub will be open throughout the Ducks postseason from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. Admission is free and open to all. Go to AnaheimDucks.com/house for details.
Face off to the left of Husso. A puck battle along the yellow is won by the Golden Knights. They rim it around to the near side. And Cole Smith separated from the puck. Terry swats it back to the Vegas stripe. A restart for Anderson. The former Calgary Flame rolls it in behind Husso. He's out to set it up. Outlet to center, and Killorn tries to move it to the wing, intercepted by who else but Mitch Marner, who will try to self-pass it to himself to the corner. It's another good example of what you were talking about earlier, Emerson. The Ducks had 3 forwards in the neutral zone, and the pass came from below the goal line in the defensive zone. There's no support there. You call them hope passes. Sometimes I call them stretch passes, but when they're stretch hope passes, they even have less chance. And here's Howden setting up Karlsson on the doorstep, and a point-blank save made by Husso.
No, you're so right, Johnny. I mean, they got to get back lower, right? And part of that is generating speed. So when you do get the puck, you are carrying that puck with more speed when you get it. And, yeah, everyone needs to come lower and really provide options for the deep.
Dorofeev sets up Eichel and an aerial pass that Barbashev couldn't knock down at the top of the blue. Ross Johnston back the other way for the Ducks, gets center red, and behind the net, his dump in is cut off by Carter Hart. Carter Hart continues to be a big story in this series. Here we are going on the 9th period of hockey played between these two teams. He's surrendered only 4 goals so far. Or I should say 3. The 4th goal was an empty net goal by Jansen Harkins. Ross Johnston with a redirect in behind the Vegas net. It's Shea Theodore to pick it up. Now Braden McNabb, his defense partner, carries through the neutral zone, and his pass off the stick of Kolasar goes deep. Ducks reverse it away from the forecheck. Hellison takes the hit from Kolasar, lets Karlsson play the puck. Harkins blew a wheel at center, lost the puck, and now circling back is Tim Washy.
Well, if you could remember the first 2 goals by the Ducks in Game 2 there, they were somewhat of set plays, right? VL to Beckett Sennecke. I mean, Beckett was popped out and ready to shoot that. And also the pass, Troy Terry over to Leo Carlson. Now, that was more of an in-tight, quick rush break, but people were available for one another, and you're not seeing that. You're not seeing that camaraderie for the Anaheim Ducks. There are zero-step plays here in this game.
Coughlin winds and fires off the right boards, blocker to side by Husso. Shots are now evened up in this game after Anaheim had 10 of the first 13 in the hockey game. Husso hangs on to another one as we're not yet 5 minutes into the third period.
And how about this stat? Beckett Sennecke, 0 shots on goal. That is not a small problem. That is a big problem. Mark your calendar. Select a Seat is back at Honda Center on Sunday, May 17th. This is your opportunity to test out the seats you want for the 2026-27 season. To learn more, visit AnaheimDucks.com/SAS.
Denver, where do you go in your mind as a player? Down 5-0 in the third period. You look up 15 minutes to go. You come out 20 minutes to go. You're down 5-0. Where do you find the motivation and where do you focus?
Well, close support, right? That's one thing that you can control. We've been talking about it, but you can't be more than a stick length at this point. Oh, what a play.
Yeah, great save on Sissons by Husso as, again, the Ducks do not recover a dump in from below the goal line in their own end. They're able to get it deep the other way. Leo Carlson with a bump on McNabb, and the puck is easily cleared away by Hurdle. Followed up, Ross Johnston pushes it into the Vegas zone, but can't get it away from Braden McNabb. The Ducks have received the play in this third period, much like a team protecting a 5-goal lead, not one trailing by 5. They've been outshot in the period 6-0 through the first 5.5 minutes.
Because at a certain point, Johnny Ray, you're going to have to try to gain some momentum heading into this upcoming game, which is game 4, right? It's got to start now. It can't wait till opening puck drop, but here comes Killer.
Killorn across the line trying to make a cross-ice pass again. That's a long attempted pass. It does not connect with Gauthier. Following up on the play, Mintyukov missed the net. Carlson keeps it in again to Mintyukov. Long drive, and getting out in front of the screen of Killorn this time is Carter Hart. He's got it with the glove, and we'll step aside. 13:44 to go in Game 3 at Honda Center. Vegas on top 5-0. You're listening to Duckstream, powered by TuneIn.
This December, we'll bring something amazing. A place where 1.2 million square feet of game-changing medicine meet 300 acres of tranquility. It's a place built for everyone in Orange County and designed just for you. Prepare to meet the new UCI Health Irvine Hospital. World-class academic healthcare right here at home. Discover more at ucihealth.org/Irvine Hospital. Powered by UC Irvine.
You did it again. You made us #1 in USA Today's 10 Best for the third year in a row. You voted Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel the best casino outside of Las Vegas for the third time. And Yamava Resort grabbed a first-time win as the best casino hotel. Enjoy the winning atmosphere at one of more than 150 gaming tables, more than 7,400 slot machines, and 5 high-limit rooms. That's not all. Grab a bite at the Pines Modern Steakhouse, voted the best casino restaurant for the third year in a row. You in? Details at yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Anaheim Ducks tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Anaheim Ducks and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Ducks.
Johnny and I were talking during commercial break, and we both agreed that on that last shot, Pavel Menchikov could have taken one more or even 2 more strides to get closer and more high danger on that last scoring chance. All season long, Chick-fil-A and the Anaheim Ducks want to give away free chicken sandwiches when your Ducks score 5 goals at Honda Center. Simply download the Chick-fil-A app and open the reward section before 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. Must have location service to turn on and be inside Honda Center to receive the reward. Visit www.anaheimducks.com for details and text the postgame show 714-439-8422.
5 goals allowed tonight by the Ducks, the most they have surrendered in a Stanley Cup playoff game this spring, as they trail 5-0 here in Game 3. Golden Knights fail to clear off the faceoff. Hines across the top of the zone finds Killorn. He'll one-time one, and he scores! Sennecke got to the loose puck behind Carter Hart. Not much of an angle on the drive by Killorn, but Hart couldn't corral it, and Sennecke has put the Ducks on the board here in Game 3.
You're not going to get more of a grittier goal than that. When you think playoff-type goals, that one comes to mind. Good on Beckett Sennecke for following through on that play. In a diving effort, he goes north and shoves that one home.
So at 6:30 of the third, the Anaheim Ducks get on the board. Granlund and Killorn will draw the assists. Third of the playoffs for Beckett Sennecke, his second in as many games in this series. And some life in the building with 13 and a half to go. It is 5-1. Ducks have a long way to go to get back in this game, but at least they've got the crowd back in it for the moment. Dorofeev off the faceoff, dumps it in and pursues it into the Anaheim zone. Trouba takes a couple of hits, but moves the puck ahead, and VL into the Vegas zone. Rink wide, Washy takes it off the boards for Lacombe. He's in the corner, side of the net. Harkins between his legs just missed Washy, and back come the Golden Knights. Eichel with speed on right wing into the zone, takes the shot that hit Husso up high, and finally taken out of harm's way by Tim Washy.
How about those long, efficient strides by Jack Eichel? I mean, it takes him not too many strides to separate from the pack there. Great wide speed and a quick release. Nice chest stop by Husso.
Golden Knights changing, and they turn the puck over in front of their own bench. The fans are calling for too many men on the ice, but they play on. Granlund sneaks it across the line for Killorn. Those two both team up in the corner, but can't further it along, and it's Marner the other way with a little chip into the Anaheim zone. Mityukov fends off William Karlsson. Granlund turns and reverses the puck. That one rides up the glass and goes out of play. Discover how a marsh can be healing. Get ready for a place born of the healing powers of breakthroughs and tranquility. This is where community meets innovation, where game-changing research takes place beside soul-affirming nature. All in the name of a healthier Orange County. Discover the new UCI Health Irvine Hospital. 12:14 to go in Game 3 at Honda Center. Anaheim down 5-1 to the Vegas Golden Knights. The Sennecke goal has put some life in the building as Hutton off the faceoff from the left point has his shot deflected wide. In behind the net, William Karlsson is double-teamed. Loose puck to Brett Howden. Feeds it in front. Oh, looking to the heavens is Marner. He can't believe he didn't get his fourth. Marner behind the net, still with it. Golden Knights getting to all the loose pucks right now in the Anaheim zone. He circumvents the defense, goes up the far boards, hooks it back down, and now Hellison dips his shoulder and heads up the right side the other way. He gets rocked as he enters the zone. Hutton stopping his progression.
Well, that's just yet another entry where the Anaheim Ducks need to pull up. Yes, you're getting squeezed off. You need to anticipate that and either kick it behind you or pull up, because coming up in this next Game 4, they just can't allow those pucks to roll off their twigs and onto the twigs of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Terry marches back in on a little give and go with Krider, but that doesn't connect, and Kolasar heads back the other way. He's got Hurdle driving the net, and a nice defensive play as Lacombe came back to knock it down. Ducks the other way. Krider on right wing hesitates, has his shot blocked again by McNabb. Braden McNabb is just in the way. And Hurdle will paddle it out on the backhand.
Yeah, and we haven't seen too many big hits from McNabb, but that doesn't mean he hasn't gapping up. Boom. There he is again, sealing Troy Terry here on the near side yet again.
Terry rims it around. Bouncing off a couple of hits was VL. Couldn't get the puck back, and now Hurdle off the glass back into the Anaheim zone. Mityukov trying to fend off Dorofeev. The two of them continue to do battle. And finally, Pavel gets it ahead. VL bumped hard at center by Barbashev. Washy picks up the loose puck and sends it in wide of Carter Hart. Ducks unable to recover possession, and as it's played back out center ice, it's tracked down at his own blue line by Pavel Mityukov. He and Karlsson regroup out of the defensive zone. Killorn across the line on right wing. Sennecke with speed, and Hart will hang on to that.
Some great speed behind the puck from Beckett Sennecke. He picked that puck up, top of the circles here near side, and waited for that pressure player's triangle to sweep towards him before launching it underneath that triangle. Big time stop by Hart. And
tempers flare a bit after the whistle, but they separate rather peaceably.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? The frustration building for the Anaheim Ducks, but how do they kind of put those emotions, and instead of kind of the shenanigans and worrying about that after the whistle, really focusing on the task at hand, and that is making more positive plays here for the remaining few minutes of this game. Let's see what Mikael Granlund and company can pick up off this faceoff.
William Karlsson wins the draw against Granlund in the circle to the left of Hart, and the Golden Knights back the other way. Puck knocked down by John Karlsson on the entry, and he moves it back. Killorn for Sennecke, makes a nice move up the left boards, weaves away from Marner as he goes behind the net. Killorn's there to pick up the loose change. To the corner for Granlund. Mikael Granlund all the way to the left point now for Lacombe. Across right side, John Karlsson winds and fires, and Hart's got it. Bumped a little bit by Sennecke. As the whistle blows, Hart skates out of the fray, and everybody picks a dance partner at the top of the blue paint in front of the Vegas goal.
No, you love to see it, right, Johnny? I mean, the simple fact that Beckett Sennecke being the youngest skater on this Ducks roster, and he's not backing down.
5-1 Vegas, 9:41 to go in the third period. You're listening to Duck Stream, powered by TuneIn.
The best new cars. Honda. Make the best pre-owned cars. Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Get the best value with Honda certified pre-owned vehicles. Honda backed with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty at your helpful Honda dealers. Plus, every certified pre-owned Honda goes through a 182-point inspection and is reconditioned like new by factory-trained technicians with genuine parts. To save on certified pre-owned Hondas, search your local Honda dealer today.
Hey, Ducks fans, smart drivers like you know all too well how frustrating rush hour can be. Next time you're in a jam, remember these pro tips from Mercury Insurance. Driving is kind of like hockey. Follow too closely and you could cause a pileup. So always keep 3 seconds of following distance behind other cars. Smart drivers don't rely on luck. They rely on great coverage. Switch to Mercury so the next time life throws a slap shot your way, you'll have reliable insurance to back you up. Plus, you could end up saving hundreds. Mercury, smart insurance for smart people.
Anaheim, listen up. Grove of Anaheim has big concerts and comedy coming. We've got the heavy-hitting anthems of Slaughter and iconic riffs of Blue Oyster Cult. Looking for some laughs? Don't miss comedy from legends Fred Armisen and Adam Ray. And high-energy pop with Ali and AJ, playing songs from their new album and the hits that everyone knows and loves. Tickets are available right now at groveofanaheim.com.
John Ollers, Emerson Needham, and Alexis Downey back at Honda Center. The Ducks trailing Game 3 against Vegas 5-1 with 9:41 to go. Get your Ducks tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Anaheim Ducks and the National Hockey League. With mobile entry and easy transfer, you're in for every goal. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com/Anaheim Ducks, because when they shoot, you score only at Ticketmaster. Off the face-off, Ducks win the draw, and Gauthier's shot never made it to Carter Hart. William Karlsson picks it up and just carries back to center. Ducks regroup, and Ross Johnston bats it out of midair in behind the net. He pursues Rasmus Andersson, who got it ahead, and it's just pitchforked out of the zone by William Karlsson.
And the Ducks' lone goal so far in this game, scored not too long ago, scored by Beckett Sennecke. This is by Alex Killorn and Mikael Granlund.
It was at 6:30 of the third period, third of the postseason for Sennecke. Ducks haven't been able to back it up, and now they're down to just over 9 minutes to go. Sissons out of the far corner of the Vegas zone again, just sand wedges it to center, as the Golden Knights are content to get pucks out of the zone and just work on the clock. Meantime, Ross Johnston having a conversation with Rasmus Andersson as they both head to the benches, and Leo Carlsson bowls his way to the front of the net. Nice left pad saved by Carter Hart. Terry picked up the rebound but couldn't get it through, and it's just lofted back into the Anaheim zone. Ellison under duress from Cole Smith, able to reverse it away from him. Mintyukov headmans it, and a long rink-wide outlet too far out of the reach of Troy Terry will result in an icing call.
Yeah, the best play there in that last sequence was a great individual effort by Leo Carlson going outside, back inside, turning McNabb of all people inside out before taking that puck towards the net, and nothing came of it, but Troy Terry electing to pick up what Leo Carlson couldn't finish off, and he took a spill on the play, and that puck rolled to the far corner.
Face-off win for the Golden Knights, and Theodore can't get it through. And Leo Carlson picks it up and charges ahead. His pass taken in by Mintyukov, and now knocked away from him. Ducks changing. Eichel one-on-one the other way. Fresh off the bench, John Carlson picks him up, forcing him wide, and he's content to just curl it down low. Barbashev gets there first, and John Carlson tips away his centering pass. That was intended for Kolasar. Terry weaves his way back into his own zone as he's tracked by Barbashev. Now up the right side for John Carlson.
Well, we all saw Eichel, one of the game's best players, make a delay there on their entry on the far side. That's what we want to see the Anaheim Ducks do more of, as Viel gets a quality shot off here on the near side.
Hutton circles the net, chips it up the far board, still not out. Lacombe able to seal the wall and push it to the corner. William Karlsson chopping it away from him, and he'll reverse it behind the net for Dylan Coghlan. Stanley Cup playoff debut for Dylan Coghlan tonight. His second tour of duty with the Golden Knights. He's also spent time in Carolina and Winnipeg. John Carlson alley-oops it into the far corner of the Vegas zone and goes for a change, and in comes Granlund. He just took a run at Coghlan. Granlund got the worst of it as he went back down, and now it's a puck battle along the yellow. Kept in high in the zone, and a shot fired over top of the net by Hines as he tried to curl to the high slot with it.
Yeah, I think that puck was rolling when Hines let that puck go. It was high and wide. And speaking of Mikael Granlund finishing his hit, and look, good on him, but he's got to stay on his feet, right? I mean, that's just a telltale sign of whether or not these Anaheim Ducks are as prepared as they were last game. Clearly, by the looks of that, now not as much.
Granlund covering the point, walks the line, can't get the shot through as it went off a leg and wide. Kept alive, Killorn behind the net. Back for Granlund, a little reverse hit there on Hutton, who pins him to the boards. In comes Dowd for Vegas to try to dig it loose. Sennecke and he jostle forward along the boards. Little fencing going on there as Hutton digs it out and lobs it to center. Now this is a foot race. Cole Smith's going to get there first. He's in on a partial break, and a right pad save made by Husso. Ville Husso hasn't had to do much in a while. Vegas has kind of sat back and worked down the clock as we're down to under 6 to go in Game 3. It's been all Vegas tonight from the start. 5-1 Golden Knights. Mintyukov back in his own zone to pick one up, and he's checked off the puck behind the net. Stays with it long enough to free it up, and Cutter Gauthier wheels it to center ice. So all thoughts for the guys in orange start to turn to Sunday. Game 4 of this series back here at Honda Center. Another 6:30 face-off. And what is going to become a must-win from an Anaheim perspective to try to even this series back up again. Gauthier trying to carry it in at the Vegas blue line, separated from the puck. And Anaheim will regroup back in their own zone. Just over 5 left as Terry takes the pass up the left boards, drops it off for a trailing Lacombe, only to have it knocked off his stick. And again, it's alley-ooped ahead. Dorofeev can't push it any further than the Anaheim line. And turning with it is a back-checking Troy Terry. Drop pass to Leo Carlson, makes a move, finds some space into the Vegas zone on left wing. Behind the net for Terry in front. Krider scores! The play was made by Carlson and Terry. The finish from Chris Krider, his 50th career Stanley Cup playoff goal.
Well, right place, right time for Chris Krider. And that's what you want to see from Krides, as we just need him to get more on the score sheet, but pretty setup. And what a finish. It all starts on the far side entry. A great play from behind the net, right past the far post from Troy Terry en route to Chris Krider's twig.
Leo Carlson did the heavy lifting on the rush. He carried that puck into the zone, made his way around to the left boards, and there was a lot of attention on number 91, and that opened up that passing lane. 15:09 time of the goal, and Anaheim has cut the lead to 5-2.
Well, Johnny, 5-2 looks a lot better than 5-0, doesn't it?
For Krider, his second of the postseason. And not about looks this time of year, unfortunately, as Trouba is tripped up behind the net, and play goes on. Rolling puck comes to the right of Husso. He sticks it away. The officials aren't calling anything right now, Emerson, and guys are starting to take some liberties.
Well, I just don't get it. Why wouldn't you call a clear-cut tripping on Jacob Trouba? I mean, he was the puck carrier there en route to the far side corner, and it was just as clear as day.
Ducks regroup in their own zone with just over 4 minutes to go. We'll see if they decide to pull Ville Husso. The answer is yes. There he goes to the benches. Killorn carries into the Vegas zone. Ducks not giving up on this one. They've got 6 attackers, and into the slot. Sennecke turned away. Great save by Hart. Gauthier can't come up the wall to keep it alive. It comes to center, but a good recovery as John Carlson knocks it away, and back in his own zone, stumbling is Lacombe to try to protect the puck. Gauthier ahead to Sennecke, and he gets it back from from Killorn, and he marches in on left wing. Back for Killorn. He'll trickle it on net, and Hart will smother it with 3:37 to play.
And back at Sennecke, he's not done stopping at the blue paint. He gets on the inside and continues to create havoc and draw attention to him, and that's key, right? Getting the Vegas Golden Knights off their game. That last goal, making it 2 goals now for the Anaheim Ducks, scored by Chris Krider, assisted by Troy Terry and Leo Carlson.
We'll take a break. 3:37 left in Game 3 at Honda Center. Vegas 5, the Ducks 2. You're listening to Duckstream on TuneIn.
The best way to follow the Stanley Cup playoffs is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind-the-scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else. The most NHL Edge advanced stats, keeping you up to date from round 1 through the Stanley Cup final. When it comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup playoffs are better on the NHL app.
Hey, Ducks fans, if you're looking for your next apartment home, scoring your dream apartment has never been easier. With over 165 communities throughout Orange County, the Inland Empire, Ventura, and LA, Western National Property Management and the Anaheim Ducks have you covered. DucksLiving.com, our new platform for finding your new apartment home.
3:37 to go in the third period, 5-2 game. The 1 goal scorer for Anaheim, Beckett Sennecke. He became the 4th Ducks rookie to score in consecutive playoff games, joining Bobby Ryan, Stanislav Chistov, and hey, our very own Emerson Edom. Emmer, did you know that?
No, I did not.
Those games were in Winnipeg, were they not?
Yes.
Or against the Winnipeg Jets, I should say. Back in 2015, I remember it well.
Well, it's one of those things where I wish you would have read those stats when the Anaheim Ducks were faring a little bit better in this game. It gets me happy, but
you can't have everything, Emmer.
100%.
If you did, where would you put it all?
That's true. It can't be too greedy. You're right, Johnny.
I don't know how you did that in 2015 when you've been the radio analyst for the last 30 years.
I'm here, I'm there. I'm everywhere.
Math is hard.
Yes.
Ducks net is empty. They trail 5-2 with 3.5 to go, and they win the faceoff. Terry in the high slot, and that gets deflected over top as Anaheim wins the draw in the Vegas zone. They work it around the perimeter as they recover possession, and now Leo Carlson off the right wing half wall. Gives it to Granlund. He turns, kick save by Hart, and the rebound all the way out to the far point. Lacombe keeps it in for Terry. Vegas just packing it in, making it hard to get it into the middle. It comes to Granlund, oh! And I think getting a piece of it with his glove was hard as he moved hard to his left. He had a yawning net on a deflection that came right to Mikael Granlund. He tries to go far post, and this one is deflected by a Vegas stick out of play, and even 3 minutes remains.
Yeah, that's just another play where you're scratching your head saying, how did that stay out. So, yes, the Vegas Golden Knights, they put up 5, but hey, if the Anaheim Ducks had buried some of their earlier opportunities, including that last one, it could have easily been a 5-4 game at least. Anaheim with 50 hits, Lacombe with 7, Washy with 5, Krider 6, and Johnson was 6. I mean, that is some total.
I think it was a sliding block, not the glove of Hart, that kept the Granlund shot out. Here's a one-timer from the far circle from Terry, blocked on the way. It comes back to Lacombe. Terry on the half wall, right back for Lacombe, middle of the ice. Snaps it down low, Sennecke off the boards. Trying to keep it alive. William Karlsson for Vegas takes it to the corner, trying to bat it ahead for Marner. Terry knocks it loose. It squirts free. Lacombe steps off the left point. Now turns with it. Goes for a skate across the top. Little backhand pass to Granlund on the right wing half wall. Snaps it high slot. Karlsson hands it off. Terry with a pass at the top of the crease. Unable to get the redirect with Sennecke. Ducks have got to shoot it at some point. Terry puts it in. Oh, and I think the fans thought it was in. Krider got a stick on it. It was behind Hart, but it didn't go in. Here's Terry again. And that one fought off by Carter Hart. Marner will clear through the middle of the ice. This is going to bounce all the way down and will result in an icing against the Vegas Golden Knights. And Emerson, I got to get a look at that replay. Those who have remained at Honda Center thought Chris Krider scored a goal.
Well, now that I've been able to take a second look at it, that Sennecke gets the initial stick on it, but that doesn't deflect on net. That actually hits Krider up high, whether that's in the jaw area or the collarbone area. And how will the follow-up opportunity for Troy Terry actually running off the crossbar?
Yeah, Krider actually got a shot away, and Carter Hart made a wonderful left pad save after that pass hit Krider. Ducks win the face-off, try to get it to the net. Karlsson's shot is blocked, and it's sent the length of the ice into the empty net. And that's going to seal the deal as Brett Howden will get the empty netter with just under 2 minutes to go. Vegas goes up 6-2.
And it was an empty netter that had some oohs and ahs as that puck, the last 20 or so feet en route to going into the open cage, it took a rolling turn and really turned its course perfectly and penciled into the near side portion of the open cage.
Yeah, Howden just swatted it on the backhand from inside his own blue line, but that kind of epitomizes the night for Anaheim. Almost everything went in early on. That's going to be the 6th of the postseason for Brett Howden at 18:04 the third. They'll put Ville Husso back in net, and the Ducks are going to go down 2-1 in this best-of-7 series. A game in which they never led. We saw so many lead changes in that series against the Edmonton Oilers, and this will be the 3rd consecutive game in which we do not see a lead change in this series. Those who had remained at Honda Center for the most part start to head to the parking lot, as now it's going to be Sunday night that will matter for Anaheim, as they will have another opportunity to even this series up. Washy knocked down at center by Colton Sissons. Ducks are going to drop their first postseason home game here at Honda Center. Golden Knights will improve to 3-1 on the road. This is a veteran group, Vegas. As we mentioned, they got down against Utah in the opening round. As we enter the last minute of this game 3, and the Ducks are called for an offside on the entry.
Well, speaking of that empty netter, it was Brett Howden, and that, as it stands now, unassisted. And you use the word veteran, John, and that's, in my mind, what was the difference of this Vegas Golden Knights team here tonight. They just had a more veteran presence there when it comes to playmaking ability, right? I mean, they were moving the puck quicker. They were closer with support, but boy, they took it to a whole nother level offensively here tonight.
Well, and Mitch Marner, by far the #1 star of this hockey game, a hat trick, 4 points. And he's going to lead them to the victory. So it'll go to game 4 on Sunday. You get your tickets for that one at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Anaheim Ducks and the NHL, with mobile entry An easy transfer. You're in for every goal. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com/Anaheim Ducks. When they shoot, you score only at Ticketmaster. Final seconds winding down here in Game 3 as the Golden Knights hoist the puck to center. Jacob Trouba has to reach but fires it in, and Dylan Coughlin will lob it back out to center ice now under 5 seconds to go. And the disappointment of Friday night at Honda Center here in Game 3 has come to full fruition. The Vegas Golden Knights show their mettle. They come out early and often. They score every way possible virtually. An empty net goal, an even strength goal, a shorthanded goal, a power play goal. This was thorough, Emerson.
Well, going back to last game, which was Game 2, of course, the more urgent team